Roll out loud with Speedy and Friends.
It is now time for the Rollout Show. Content may be a little vulgar, subject matter may be a little rough, but guaranteed to be funny. So sit back, get ready to ride with the Rollout Show. It is time to laugh.
It's the Rollout Show.
It's the Rollout Show.
You got a singer in the building. We really ain't got to sing the song.
I know, right? If he knew it. It never hurt. Hey.
Roll out. Roll
Oh my God, I
out.
got chills.
Yeah,
Once
yeah.
again, it's on. It's the Rollout Show with another dope episode. So here we go. Rollout Studios. Keeping it real, it's about to go down, y'all. You know the deal. Now Speed Doggy Dog. You know he got that heat.
The funniest motherfucker you ever gonna meet. Nikki Pam, where you at, girl? Goddamn.
Let's get it in like a Soul Train jam. A DJ Ron C hit him with a fat mix. Reppin' Lane went to Long Beach with the dope shit. Yep. Tangy Ambrose. Got me singing like Luther Vandross.
Never too much.
That coming in to say,
Hey.
give it up for my big homie,
Mr. Ray, he's gay.
No way.
No, yeah.
back, y'all.
I
It's the
will.
Rollout Show, bringing the funny for all y'all. Get 'em Ron C.
Roll out, roll out, roll out.
It's the
Roll out. Yeah. Roll out, roll out, roll out.
Hey.
We're rolling, 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 rolling. Yeah.
Hey, Sky. Hi, Seattle.
Wow.
Hilarious. I love it.
Chat room. Did you pray to me today?
For what?
Sometimes you just got to pray to me.
I will not.
Here we go, Steve. Now you can just get the run on.
Roll out, roll out, roll out, roll out.
Hey.
Yeah. Roll out, roll out, roll out. Rolling, 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 rolling.
Yeah, that hook on there.
Yeah, roll out. Hey.
My boy in the building.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's the Rollout Show. It's going down. It is the Rollout Show right here at rolloutstudios.com. It's your boy, Sweet Doggy Dog, the funniest motherfucker ever gonna meet. Why, Pamela?
Because you're never going to meet Jimmy Fox.
But you can come check out my new stand-up comedy show happening August 30th at,
The Colony Theater.
and the show is called I'm Gonna Be a Funny Motherfucker, Mom.
Oh, on the show. Oh, okay, I didn't get it.
Anyway, it's your boy, Speedy. In the house we got.
Nikki Pam.
And it's your boy, Speedy. In the house, chilling with us right now. That's what he's waiting on. You probably heard the music playing in the background. Matter of fact, hold on, let me go back to that shit. That motherfucker is fire. Bam, bam. In the house right now, before I go there and do this, Mr. Steve Russell, lead singer, Troop, whole nine. Round of applause. Let it build up. You gotta let it build up.
We're a little cheap here.
Steve in the building!
Yes.
What it do, Steve?
Yes. You sound
Man.
great.
Thank
Good
you,
to
thank
have
you,
you
thank
out,
you. Hey, I'm glad to be here, man.
So the song we were playing, you were like, I ain't heard it in so long. This motherfucker. Oh.
Yeah, let your light shine.
Go get this song, y'all.
So that's not in the, when you guys perform, you guys don't do that one?
No, we
Turn me
haven't.
up, Nick.
We've never
On
performed
this.
"Let Your Light Shine."
Really? Never?
Never.
Oh, wow.
That's off the Mayday 2K17, available right now.
Yeah.
Troop,
Yeah, go get that. Why
go
y'all-
get that.
Don't be playing around.
Let your light shine,
Well,
ladies.
Stop.
Listen to it. Listen to it, ladies. Let your light shine, girl.
And that's what I want you to give to me.
And you said you were channeling your Prince.
Yeah, I was all the way on my version of Prince on this song.
Really?
Yeah, I was. I know. Of course, it's not Prince. But in my mind, that's just.
But
what
I'm
he-
listening to this. This motherfucker's dope.
Thank
Like
you,
I could just see myself riding up the street, up the coast, roof back.
Yes,
Little Philly in the car. We just like, so this is how I really feel about you.
Right.
I think you just showed your age with the Philly thing, but okay. Amazed me.
Hilarious.
I'm just
I got my roof back.
Well, no, you said little Philly. You know, hey.
Yeah, this dope.
Thank you, man.
This fucking
Yeah.
dope, bruh.
Thank you, man.
So-
It does remind me of
1998.
which Prince?
Now, Troop drops. Is it 88?
1988. That was our very first, the release of our first single, produced by the late Gerald Levert and my buddy Mark Gordon.
Mamacita.
Mamacita. in it.
Mamacita.
Eddie Levert Sr. Yep.
Man, I remember that video.
Yes, man.
And all I remember is who's these dudes? They was like
That was the one with the helicopter, right?
No, we were at.
Which one was that?
We were in some empty desert field in Sun Valley with a bunch of empty houses on stilts. You know how they lift the houses off the ground?
Yeah.
And they had this big giant tarp that looked like a sky, and they had a truck pulling it behind this little, the black slack stages they used to build. And we were just on this stage in the middle of this field, and they had this thing going back and forth, but we was dancing our ass off. You know what I mean? We was killing it.
Man.
Wow.
Now, you graduated high school when?
88.
So 88, you already know the song's about to come out. You about to be another level. But so does it drop while you're still in high school?
Yes, man.
Really?
Oh, shit.
Are you born and raised in L.A.?
No, I was born in Hartford, Connecticut, but I was raised in Pasadena, California. But yeah, I was the one member of the group who had a chance. As soon as it was time for us to go on tour, we did Donnie Simpson right before graduation. Man.
Oh, wow.
I needed Donnie Simpson. He had all the bitches. I was like, this nigga keeps smiling in the camera.
With them hazel eyes.
Oh,
green
man.
I didn't notice that.
That is so funny.
So, so the song hits early part, so it'll be 87, or it hits
80. It dropped in 88.
88, but
Yes.
you don't graduate. You don't have
May.
nobody.
We graduated in May, so the beginning. It was just the beginning of the release of the song. You get what I'm saying? Where we did the 90 city. They were waiting on me to graduate to do the 90 city promo tour. Damn. You know, when you get the whole stack of tickets that big.
Yeah.
And so I couldn't go anywhere until I graduated. My mom wouldn't let me leave. So as soon as I graduated, we left and went on tour, and we were gone. We thought we were just going to be gone for that tour, but we ended up getting picked up by Keith Sweat immediately, and we never came home, man.
Wow.
We were gone. Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
Mamacita. Now, when you're in the studio doing the song, do you know this the hit? You feeling it?
Well, okay. In that case, we did, because we went to Philly to do a song called "I Like That" that we liked already. And we recorded I Like That, and they had another song for us. And by the time we finished singing Mamacita, everybody in the studio was just in an uproar. Merlin Bob was calling Sylvia Rohn like, Sylvia, we got to change the plans. Change the plans. And
Mamacita.
and it shot to #1, man.
And you guys had nothing to do with the troop jackets.
No. We wore them.
Yeah?
We jumped
I
on.
went to buy one. I went and got one because I thought that was y'all.
We jumped on, but no. Actually, Hammer's brother Louis Burrell had something to do with that from the Bay.
Wow.
As funny as that is, we met him.
Wow.
We met him before Hammer blew up, when we were just right at the bubbling upstage at an airport, and he had the jackets on. He was telling us about the jackets. You know, Hammer was they were full blown. That was their whole wardrobe when Hammer was underground in the Bay. And we didn't lock into it, but we wore it in our couple of our videos.
Oh yeah, I remember. I went and bought one.
That's funny, man.
Yeah, I had that nigga with all the homies. Then we gotta get the troop jacket on.
Yeah.
We in the club, it burning up in the club, but you got your troop jacket on.
Right.
'Cause I can't take it off. Ain't nowhere to set it down. I set it down, somebody gonna take my jacket.
Right.
So, who would you say back in those days was your biggest competition?
Shoot, I can just only think of who we were charting against. Bobby Brown,
Yeah, 88 was a beast.
New Edition.
Was that Ready for the World, or was that after?
No,
No,
they
that
were,
was way
yeah,
after?
that was way before us.
Oh, before, okay.
It was New Edition, Bobby Brown, I'll Be Sure, Guy, Tony,
Yeah.
Tony.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we wasn't playing.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
And you had
That's a lot of
Bobby
competition.
Brown had every little step you take in
Yeah.
88.
At Prerogative.
Now, Mamacita charted how high?
On R, you remember back then we had R&R report. We charted #1 on R&R, but in Billboard #2.
Okay.
It topped at #2. #2, right under. We couldn't get Bobby Brown. Don't Be Cruel. We battled Don't Be Cruel the entire way, man. And on the Billboard charts, we didn't get the numbers that last week, so he topped us out.
And that's record sales,
Yes.
spins in the
that's
everything.
every
And
sales a week. We was on them
God damn.
out the box.
Troop.
Yes, man.
And then I go on to meet the other guys at a park playing ball, Pam. And I mean, you think, that's why when Ron's like, nigga, you can't play. I said, dude, I used to battle.
Man,
Really?
like
Nigga,
really
we
ball.
used to go at it so hard, I forget we was friends. We would be like, nigga, fuck that, you fouled me. All right, again the game. All right, nigga, I see you next week.
Yeah.
But that's how guys are anyway.
Yeah,
Y'all can fight on the basketball court and then y'all cool
because we know
right
that's
after.
just a game, and it's just being competitive.
Yeah. And Rodney, then that's all they did, man. They
Him and his brother, man.
Yes,
They
man.
as soon as I see them in the gym putting their shoes on, I'm like, here we go. Because we never played together. Because like, nah, nigga, I want to play.
Album, and we had 3 singles, Mamacita, My Heart, and then we dropped a third, Still in Love. And I think Still in Love charted top 20. And we went right into recording the second album. We went in and reproduced All I Do Is Think of You Again and resubmitted it. And this time she thought it was a great idea.
Dude, All I Do Is Think of You is so dope.
Oh,
my
yeah.
God, that's one of the dopest songs ever.
John brought that song over. I used to do all of my vocals and stuff from cassette to cassette, you know.
Oh, remember those days we
Oh,
could actually
man.
record and do the pause button mixes
Exactly.
and everything?
That's all I could do.
And John brought All I Do Is Think of You over, and it just blew me away. I was such a big Jackson fan. I couldn't believe I missed that song. I was like, how the heck did I miss it? But it was a B-side on the Moving Violations. It wasn't a hit.
Oh, really?
Total B-side.
Yeah.
And I remember the video y'all did this shit. Y'all was doing.
Rodney and them was rocking in the back.
And I was like, God, I want to be in a group so fucking.
Yeah, our feet was off the ground then, man. That was
Right.
the most beautiful time ever, man.
Now wait a minute, you didn't have the drip curl.
Nah, we had trimmed
You
that
didn't.
down. We had trimmed it down. Rodney had the one in his face.
Yeah.
None of us had that but him. He had the Gumby mic.
YouTube pass my. Now, did Michael ever run into you guys and say, hey, man, y'all did great? Or did you ever get a
Yeah,
something from
John had a chance to run into him, and he really went nuts with John. But I talked to Jackie, his brother, and Jackie told me, he said Michael called everybody in the family like, man, you got to hear this, the group, man. They did our song, man. And said he could not believe how we did that song.
Yeah.
Said he just
Y'all
said
did
Mike
take it
was
to another
really
level.
messed up.
So it's you, Chucky Booker, and y'all just say, hey, let's do this remake.
Well, yeah. Well, me, I was always the go-getter of the group. You know, I was the one that's going to get with the producers. I was trying to be a producer, you know. So when I heard All I Do Is Think of You, the first thing I thought was like, man, nobody knows that song.
Right.
That's the
Yeah,
first
you're
thing
right.
I thought.
You're right
I was
about
like,
that.
nobody knows that. We just had a good run with Mamacita My Heart. I was like, this is perfect. That was just me and Chucky's. That's the way we thought. So we recorded it again, man, and we submitted it again. You know, equipment had got better that year.
This drum machine sound
You
better
know,
now.
we was on the other stuff, you know. So anyway, Sylvia accepted it, man, and it was a brilliant idea.
And
you
it
know.
charted at what?
Number one for a few weeks at number one, 3-4 weeks at number one over everybody, man. Over
Wow.
Michael, Hammer, just everybody who existed, we were number one over them.
Damn.
Yeah, and it's still getting airplay on a daily basis to this day.
Oh, that's one of
It's
them
in
songs.
heavy
I
rotation.
don't care where you are. Somebody could drop that, and everybody just.
That's a copyright. Yeah. And I wanted, and see, I grew up, my Uncle Junior, rest in peace, live in peace. He used to play Blue Magic and the
Yes.
Stylistics,
Yes.
right?
You don't know about
So when I heard All I Do Is Think of You, I was like, man, I've always wanted one of those kind of songs. And this,
Right.
you know, I just felt like it would be brand new to our culture, and it was, man. They had never heard the
No,
song.
not like that.
Yeah.
We got my man Steven in the building, Russell from Troop. If you want to call in, ask questions, do whatever, we got chat room. They probably going off the chain. 747-888-3082 is the number to call in to. It is the Rollout Show. Chat room, if y'all have a question, go right ahead. Any kids?
Yes, I have 5 kids. I have 3 adult kids and 2 young ones.
Any are pursuing the business? Or?
Yeah, my middle 2, my daughter Sia Amun, she has music out. She's
wow.
Yeah, she's awesome. My son Stevie Hart's Put Your Heart in It. He's awesome. He's a rapper, hip hop artist, and producer. They're both excellent songwriters.
Wow, that's dope.
Yeah, whenever I'm working on a project, they help me write the songs now.
Now, did they know how big you were? And
Nah,
they don't.
I think nah.
Dad, thank you.
Yes, I'm just dad, man. You know, I think they've learned as they've grown because I mean, Steven's 23, my daughter Sia, she's 25, so they've learned as they've grown. Like, you know, we go out and people say, "Man, do you know who your dad is? Man? Do you know who your dad is?" And my son will look at me like, "Why is he saying that?"
Yeah, look, he's my dad.
You really get on my nerves, bro.
He made me clean up today. I know.
You know, so I think they're learning as time goes on of what a big deal we were at one time. Damn. Yeah.
Damn. We need more groups like that. We
Yeah.
need. I don't think we'll ever get back to R&B black groups.
The
I don't think we'll.
Jodeci's.
Yeah.
Well, it'll
True.
take somebody to just do it,
Yeah.
and it'd have to take for people like us who want that kind of music to respond to it when you get it. Just because it's not Forever My Lady, go get it still.
Yeah.
Because you're not going to get Forever My Lady
Yeah.
again. You're not going to get All I Do Is Think of You again. But when Troop drops the new single, go get it.
Yes.
You know,
Because you guys are still recording, right?
Oh yeah, we have a new single out right now called "I Know." That's it's
Do I have it?
really, really nice.
send it to me?
I think you had that before.
did?
Or just
I
probably
think.
put it in Apple Music.
Yeah, it's,
Well, I have the Apple Music. Huh?
I know it should be. We have that and a remix to it. It's pretty cool, man. Alan is sounding amazing, man. You know, he's always been one of those guys, man. And it's just exciting to be back in the studio making the music with all of us the organic way, man. I love it.
Now, are you guys all at Pasadena High School?
You mean when we grew up?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Everybody was at except for Alan, the other lead singer. The four of us started in the 9th grade at Pasadena High School. Damn. So we went 4 years of, hey, we getting ready to come out. Check us out next week. Next week.
So 9th grade, y'all said we want to start a group.
Yeah. Well,
How's it come together?
Okay. Well, Rodney went on putting on the hits.
Okay.
With a couple other
I
guys.
remember
Remember
that.
putting on the
yes,
hits?
putting on the
Oh,
hits.
talking about
And
Yeah.
they
Throwback.
did Cool It Now.
Okay.
And a producer by the name of Greg Perez saw the show and wanted to know if those guys could really sing, and they couldn't. So the first thing Rodney did, because I used to be Pasadena's Michael Jackson.
Okay.
And before that, I was a pop locker, man, just serious as a kid, you know. So the first thing Rodney did was came to me and was like, hey, man, a producer saw the show and wanted to know if we could sing, man. You ever thought about being in a group? He was like, you need to meet my mom so she can really tell you what's up.
Okay.
And it went from there, man. From that day, she took me home, talked to my mom. I was in the group. John, he was one of my dancers when I had a Thriller crew. So,
Not a Thriller crew.
I had a Thriller crew. Listen, 14 dancers, man. 12 years old, I had 14 dancers from Pasadena's McKinley Branch Boys Club. Baby, what's up, baby? Anyway, and, you know, so when John heard that I was getting in this group that I just did putting on the hits and won, he followed suit.
Okay.
And then we were, you know, for 3 years, we were like that. It was just us four, basically.
Called what?
5 of a Kind.
Okay, let's go back.
Because there was a guy.
Four of us.
There was a guy that hadn't been replaced by Alan yet.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
Shane.
So 5 of
So,
a kind.
yeah, we were
Let
5
me
of
see
a
if that
kind.
name works. Please put your hands together for 5 of a kind. Everybody gonna clap? Cool. So 5 of a kind.
Oh man.
I'd have been a
5 of
studio
a
label
kind.
person. I'd have been like, okay, guys, the name.
That's what we did. That's exactly what we went through. Like Merlin Bob called us and said, "Man, we need a name change." So we went to the guys, and the guys
Okay,
was
let me see if that
working
works.
perfect.
Please put your hands
Guys is
together
cool.
for the guys.
Yeah, I mean, that's a very R&B.
Yeah,
I like the
because
guys.
the only thing that stopped us from having the guys was
Guy.
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 They had a release date 2 weeks before ours.
All right, okay.
Okay, so
So
guy
guys
didn't
work.
work.
Guy wasn't working.
So we go back in.
So we had a dance that we did called Troop, and
You guys,
Merlin.
there was a dance called Truth.
Yes,
Yes,
yes.
I forgot which
We
one.
did it in the video.
That
we
was
had a
this
dance
one,
called
huh?
Troop. Exactly.
Yeah, they did in the video.
I remember.
Okay, so you have a
So-
dance called True.
So this final phone call with Atlantic Records, he was like, "Man, we need a name. We don't have time to waste." I said, "Man, we're Troop. It's
You
Troop.
just blurted it
That's
out.
dope.
It's Troop." And everybody was like, "Cool." I mean, it was unanimous.
So let's
Usually
go back
it's
now. The original name was
5 of a Kind.
Put your hands for 5 of the guys. Give it up for the guys. Let's give it up, y'all. I feel like I'm on Soul Train.
You want to be Donnie Simpson or Don Cornelius so bad. Huh?
For True. Yeah.
Yeah. And it worked, man.
True works
It worked.
perfectly.
And
yeah.
y'all did Soul Train.
And Alan came up with this, the total respect of other people, which is what it stands for. That's what it stands
Nigga,
for.
I'm trying to make the letters go right.
Total respect,
Total respect of other people. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
He's like,
We wanna,
Go back to guys.
we wanted Too late. Too late.
All right, we got a couple questions from the chat room. Okay, so Essence wants to know. Oh, hey, Essence. Ask him, have you heard the B5 version of All I Do?
Yes, I did.
What is
What'd
that?
you think?
I didn't like it too much.
Who's
No,
B5?
I mean I didn't. B5. I like
That's
B5.
that group. The
Rodney
art-
Jerkins had a group called B5 at one time.
Okay.
Really, really talented guys. I liked the group. I produced a song on them actually on that same record, but that was the single. But the song was just okay.
So did they take your version and flip it?
They tried
or-
to flip both.
I
They
would love to
did.
hear
They
that.
did our stuff, and they tried to stick to what Mike did.
Okay.
But our melody was so popular, like the way Alan sang that first verse. There's no way you can not do what he did. It's just gonna be,
Right.
Okay,
so and then another question is, ask him if he's going to be at the Creative Exchange Summit in Sacramento in 2019. She said she met you. Her name is Nakia. She met you there this year.
Oh, okay. Yes, tell her I'm on the panels. I'm going to
Nice.
be on several panels this year. It's already locked in. I'm there for sure. I'll probably be there every year because Jay King is a really good friend of mine.
Yeah, J. King. I need to
Yeah.
play some
Jay
dominoes.
King from
He's good, man.
That motherfucker play. Now, Pam, you know I don't just say people are good at shit.
Right, yeah, because you're the good at
I've
everything,
tried to
Steve.
beat Jay. Jay King beat me so bad he wasn't even paying attention to me. I said, nigga, if you don't look at the goddamn dominoes and see what I just played, don't mess with me. I know you're gonna play. Bam, game on. That motherfucker.
He's just awesome, man.
Really?
One of the best domino players I've ever played. I've
Really?
never even came close to beating this dude. Really? And I've beaten the best.
Right.
I've nailed. Nigga, get about it. That motherfucker. He started the domino tournament that they had in Oakland. This real big domino tournament, and he has his own dominoes and
Oh, he
this
does?
He has
Oh,
this
wow.
whole thing.
Not
And
the one we did. That one, the ultimate. The
yeah,
one hurt
those
their
are his.
dad.
They come in they come in this big dope case.
Oh, really?
Oh my God. Yeah, Jay King from Club Nouveau.
Oh, yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
So a lot of people don't know you produce, you write your ass off, and you were with Hammer
Yeah.
at one time on the writing team or production side, or what was it?
The production side, Louis Burrell, I found out we were on tour, and Louis Burrell, I kept getting messages, man, Louis Burrell's looking for you. Louis Burrell's looking for you. And he didn't know. I was in my manager's office when they were negotiating with them for us on the Hammer tour,
Wow.
and I heard Louis talking smack about us. You know what I'm saying? I heard him talking, can you cuss?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, heck yeah.
I heard
fuck you
Louis,
over this.
I heard,
yeah.
I heard Louis talking shit about us. So I didn't give a shit about meeting Louis Burrell on tour, you know. But anyway, he finally caught up to me on the road, man. Big old tall dude, but he was cool as hell.
Yeah.
Totally different than what I heard on the phone. So we kind of hit it off, and I had just produced a song on the Whispers. I was working on Troop, and the Whispers were in the same studio, and they heard some music I was doing. And Scotty came in there like, man, is that
What
you?
song?
You did that? It's a song called Big Misunderstanding that I produced on them.
Oh shit.
That my first gold album, even before Troop went gold, the Whispers gave me my first shot
That's
as a
crazy.
producer, man.
That's dope.
I
man.
Speedy
gave
is
me
in
my
envy
first
right
shot.
now.
That's
He's
just.
really
Oh, those
envious
my
right
uncles,
now.
man.
It's so weird how in life just think like you're in the studio, you may be playing somebody here, and it's just
Right.
That's how it
and
happened.
the whispers of all
Yes.
people.
Walked my uncle's favorite group, my same uncle. His
Oh, wow.
favorite group of all time walk right in and say, hey, man, okay, we got you. And I'm like, man, I didn't know. It was my first production.
Right.
And gold album. The song is called Big Misunderstanding on the More of the Night album. Much prop to the Whispers for trusting
And
me
I must say,
first.
just from doing stand up, I've had the chance to meet all my heroes. Whispers was one
Yeah,
of them.
yeah.
And I did a show called The Battle of the Bands. And
Okay.
it says bands, but take band out because it's not really bands.
Right.
So it was the Whispers, it was OJ's, Four Tops, Temptations. And we do Oakland. We come up here to I told you that's when the fight broke out. So the Whispers.
Dang.
People don't understand how many hits the Whispers have. Like they got
go all the way
hits.
back.
And I mean, they
Yes.
got up tempo, they got the mids, they got everything.
Everything.
Donny Hathaway, they got hits.
Yeah.
So First up are the Four Tops. Now, the Four Tops at that time, they weren't all there. Only 2 of them were there. Levi wasn't because he was sick at the time. So he wasn't there, and they had this young black kid. So everybody's like, Four Tops going out, whatever. Whispers went next. Oh,
Killed it.
destroyed. After them were the OJs. And then we were in Oakland. So the OJs
Right.
destroyed.
Yeah.
Then
Pops.
come motherfucking the
Temps.
Temptations. Now, Temptations is only really at that time when they were on the show, Otis. And he had surrounded himself with a couple other guys who's been in the band before. They take a L. They get a fight happens in the back.
For real?
Yes.
Between the Temps and
Temps
who?
and OJs because the Temptations felt like the OJs upstaged them.
Oh.
Because everybody started walking out.
Show business, man.
So,
Oh, wow.
so we come into L.A. So we do Oakland Friday. We got to do L.A. Saturday. We get to Oakland and they go, "Oh yeah, Speed." So we changed it. So what happened? It was a fight broke out and they fight in the back. So the OJ's gonna go last. Temptations gonna go right before the OJ.
wait.
But then the Temptations take the L when the Whispers do they think because people
just
going
the way
crazy.
that it is,
And
man.
Temptations, man, they just didn't have that.
Because it
Yeah.
wasn't the
and it
that-
wasn't
the
and
right
it wasn't
set
them.
of
You
them.
know, everybody dead. So you can't get them niggas out the grave.
That used to happen to us a lot, man. We were on the Hammer tour. You had Oaktown 357, Michelet, Troop After 7, and then
That's
Hammer,
crazy.
right?
Yeah.
So we used to kill. We was after Hammer. We wasn't thinking about Michelet's After 7. You can keep all that. We're going after a guy with all these dancers.
Okay.
You know. So anyway, we would kill, right? And you got After 7 coming out. Of course, they got smashes.
Yeah, they got hits.
We're not idiots.
Yeah,
We
they
know
got
they
hits.
got hits, but man, when I tell you, when they come on stage, man, and that doo doom 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 for that Ready or Not,
Yeah.
there's no comparing to a hit song. I don't care how good you're performing, man.
Yeah.
A smash song that strikes a chord with people,
And make people stand
Come
up
on, man.
and start
Yeah,
singing.
yeah,
Come on,
yeah.
man.
That's it. Oh,
It's,
you're right.
it's nothing you
You're
can
right.
do. But we used to be on the road, and Guy was, we hadn't even made platinum and a half yet, and Guy was like at 2.5, and Teddy's like, "Man, Steve, I want to close tonight, man."
What?
Oh, we used to kill it out there, man. No.
Yeah, that was the tour with Guy was.
Well, that was when we were Guy, Troop, Tony, and somebody else. We used to do
What?
that. Yeah, we used to kill the Midwest, man, and the Bible Belt with that, man.
God damn.
Hawaii. I mean, we went everywhere together with Guy and Tony.
So was there any like behind the scenes stories?
A fight.
Because I was gonna say because I remember Stokely was always telling me that like people would try to fuck with their sound, for Mint because Mint would be killing and they're a real band and it'd always be that little bullshit from the artist before that try to fuck them up or anything.
Well, I'm gonna tell you honestly, man, we had so much respect for each other.
Sorry about it.
Did
Sorry about the
y'all
disrespect.
hear that?
I'm sorry about the disrespect, brother.
I'm leaving, man. I'm leaving, man. Anyway,
Fucking phone.
we had so much respect for each other that we didn't go through that. Now, with Hammer, which I found out is my cousin. We'll get into that later. Small world.
Whoa.
Anyway, Hammer, you would only get the top speakers. You're not getting those bottom ones.
Oh, okay, right.
Troop is only to get that row of lights right there.
Oh wow.
And they bring their own smoke machine.
So when they saying you can't use they shit.
Shit. Well, Troop is not about to come out here because when Hammer's walking into the arena, me and Rodney got our hands taped and we sparring before we go on stage. We was intimidating, man. Not that Hammer cared, but we was tearing that ass up. Damn, that's just the way it was. And Hammer loved it, man. He got to the point to where when we was working on videos and shit on the road, Hammer be right there with his bodyguard in the door. Cause we was bringing it, man. Hammer knew we was next level. We was on our way to a entire other stratosphere if we could have just held on a little longer.
Now, what song are y'all ending on
At what time?
when you're on the tour? On that tour, or what's the song that
on
you
the
said
Hammer
goodbye?
tour? Shoot, all I do is think of you, man. I think we do everything. We did a medley and started adding. I wrote a hit called "I'm Not Soup," which was the first hit off of the second album.
Yes.
Right. So that was my first
Love that
after the
song.
Whispers.
Yes,
I did
love that
Troop
song.
and I did I'm Not Suit, and that was a hit. So we started adding all that stuff in the shows, but we would get to Spread My Wings, and then Spread My Wings was the hit. Actually,
Okay.
Spread My Wings was when we crossed over But the radio jumped immediately. I mean, as soon as Spread My Wings was close to number one, radio jumped on All I Do Is Think of You. And the record company started calling us on tour saying that we got to come in, we got to do the video. And we was like, man, we wanted to milk Spread My Wings because we had just did the video on City Hall. No, nobody in the world had done the helicopter, dancing on the pyramid, focused. I mean, it just hadn't happened yet. So we knew we was on our way, and we had to jump on All I Do Is Think of You. But it wasn't a mistake, man. It turned into a super duper smash for us, man.
It's so weird when I'm looking at. Hey, Nick, turn me on. Now this says a re-recorded. What does that mean? When you hear it like this?
We did that.
Is that you or them re-recording?
Well, that's somebody else re-recording.
Gotcha.
That's
Because they don't have.
that's not hot.
Yeah, that was absolutely.
That's
horrible.
not hot. That is not the hotness.
So while he's looking up that, T. Cherie wants to know where can they find the new single on any of the.
The new single is called "I Know." It's available on Amazon, iTunes, wherever downloads are available. Under Troop, it's available. I Know, and we got more music available. We have a compilation out called "The Slow Songs." We have a compilation called The B-Sides. And we have the third album from Atlantic called Deeper Revisited. And on each one of those albums, there's new music.
Y'all need to get that other song, man. The one that we played at the top. We got a phone call, Pam.
Caller, what's your name and where you calling from?
This is me, y'all.
What it do,
What's up,
Vernon?
Vernon?
Well, I had a question. When you guys are on tour, is there such thing as friendly competition where you guys are putting on your best show just to try to outdo each other, but you're also doing it for the crowd? Or is it just like, oh, we finna outdo them, and if they do better than us, oh, we gonna try to fuck them over next time?
Listen, man, Troop, we used to rehearse one at a time. That's how cold our competition was. We used to rehearse one against each other in rehearsal.
Damn.
You know what I mean? So when we got on stage, when I looked over at Rodney saw in my eyes that I was trying to wear his ass out, and that when we look over at Reggie's wearing both of our asses out, and we all got to step it up. We always had friendly competition, and I would take it too far if guys were singing off key and shit like that on stage, man. I'll be ready to fight when we go backstage.
Yeah, I mean, that's just like, to me, that's like with a comedy show. If everybody on the show is doing it and everybody's a 10, why the hell would you want a 6 on your squad to make yourself look better? That messes up the show to me.
In comedy, that's one of the problems, I think, with a lot of comedians is that they'll have the headliner, and the headliner anybody ever forget, headliner tells you who he wants on the show. Don't ever think somebody just on the show because the headliner says, oh no, they cool to be on the show, and if they're weak and they don't want the competition, they go, okay, put him on the show. Me, I want everybody to be funny. I want every single person to destroy because it's just going to make.
That's the same way if you're doing like a concert. It's like does the headliner pick the people that they want on the tour with them?
Yeah.
Or is it just saying, oh, fuck it, everybody going on tour, we just out?
No, they approve it.
They're proven.
Yeah, they approve it.
I heard it for myself. Before I even knew the game, I overheard a conversation where they were picking groups. It was just like a cattle call, man, you know?
Oh, okay. So basically, they're both basically the same, where you want good shows because good shows sell tickets.
Yes.
Period.
Yes.
Right.
Good-looking groups.
And then let's
sell
say
tickets.
y'all went out on y'all tour and they was like, that last tour was off the shit. Let's go get these tickets for this next tour.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah, the first couple of groups was fine, but the rest of the concert was fucked up. Then you're not going to buy the ticket. So I don't understand why people don't want that competition at that level.
Egos.
Of perfection when you're doing a tour.
There's egos and I think egos and just I have to understand that I got to get out my own way sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It ain't about me. It's about the body of the show. But
Yeah, well, I haven't. It's been so long since it's been that kind of a market.
Thanks,
It's been so long since it's been that kind of a competition thing. I mean, nowadays it's not a lot to compete with. I mean, it's one. If you go to a rap concert, you loving it because everybody that you love is on there. Mm-hmm. You get what I'm trying to say? So it's like the kind of competition that we had that he was talking about with Hammer and Guy. Aaron Hall pulling his pants down because he know Troop just finished, you know.
Right.
We you know, we pushed each other like that, you know. I seen Joe Levert fall out on the floor and bloody his knee up because we had just murdered it, and he's my big brother, so he's not gonna let me outdo him. Period. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
Gerald
That's
was
just
one
how
of
it
the
is.
coolest dudes in the
world, man.
I heard he had bitches though.
Yeah.
I like
No,
like
but
for real.
star bitches.
Yeah.
Yes,
That
exactly.
motherfucker-
Like they was fighting over.
Joe Levert had it.
I want to say I know Candy and some other folks.
Monique. Anyway, when it came to beards, that nigga shit was. You
Yeah,
niggas
he
run
was
around
iced
now.
out.
That nigga shit was
Yeah, he
on
was
balloon
icy.
status. He said
He had
but
a relaxed beard.
now when you guys do the collabo on the soundtrack for New Jack City, which was
Fire.
Off the hook.
and I watched that movie the other day, and I'm seeing y'all at the thing.
Living.
Oh my god.
Living just enough for the city.
Because it starts off with
Us.
with y'all, and then ends with y'all.
Yeah.
With
We're before the Carter gets tore up, we singing in front.
Yeah.
how'd that come about?
We got the producer, Jackson. Anyway, the producer of the movie. They requested us. We were Spread My Wings, man.
Oh,
We were killing it at that time.
Okay.
Spread My Wings was like #1 video in the country and rising wherever. And then we got picked for the role, man. And it had to be Atlantic connection because you know it's Troop and Levert.
Right.
but y'all get in the movie. It's one thing to be on
They
the
put us
soundtrack.
in the movie.
Yeah.
We had to come off tour to do the movie. We couldn't believe it. And they showed us some scenes. They took us and showed us some scenes they had already shot. You know, the warehouse scene when they was at the end, you know.
Yeah.
We got to see some of that stuff, man. And we got to shoot a movie, man. We got to be on set of a film, man.
And a huge cult classic.
Yeah,
film.
cult classic, man.
Yeah, for sure.
You can never get rid of me, ever. Ever.
Never, motherfucker.
All right,
Yes.
Teasy, she ain't shit. But anyway, she wants to. You appeared on the 5150 show and ask him, does he think Corey talks about booty holes too much? I can't believe she wants me to ask.
I think everybody talk about booty holes too much. I mean,
Yeah, great question.
every
Tell
TV
Teasy, you're best.
every TV show you watch, it's something about the butt, you know, especially depending on who it is. But no, I don't. I've never noticed Corey talking about the butt hole too much. That must miss me. I haven't
questions
caught on
to
to
ask.
that.
That's when she came in with. Okay.
Watch-
Now we heard the good stuff. What was the bad thing about the group or just the industry? Because I heard from the fellas,
Yeah.
the horror stories of being,
Well, we know
or
that
somebody
the
come
record business is
backstage
very
going,
crooked.
"It's packed, but we ain't getting no money. All the money gone."
Right.
One of the weirdest. I won't say it was a horror story, but now that I'm into frequency and I understand vibrational frequency and attraction, I look at things different when I look back. But in ignorance, there was an incident where this guy hated Troop, and he was an artist.
Oh wow.
So he books this show and books Troop
Okay.
in his town where people love him
Oh shit.
just to be bigger than us.
Now you find out later, or you find out during this?
We find out during. It's like it unveiled itself as we're in the show backstage and the confrontation started. It was like, oh man, it was like witchcraft. It was wicked.
He books the show.
Yes, man. He booked a group that he did not like to humiliate us, to try to, but we had too many people with us and everybody throwing hands.
Get him up. Get the nigga with
Hey,
the drums. Get
listen.
your ass off drum, nigga, and then throw something.
Listen, it wasn't only about the bodyguards in our day. No.
Now, were you able to, like, people you grew up with, to employ them and, hey man, come on and fill this?
I didn't personally. I didn't have my friends, like a lot of the guys that I was close to were ball players, so everybody was like in college. Everybody
Doing their
went.
thing.
Yeah, by the time Troop, a year or so after me, everybody was in college doing their thing. So there was nobody around except for my mom. My mom was the only person, which was my family, my only family. She was the one employed to help make our clothes. So
Your mom made the clothes?
Yeah, she got to travel with us and make our clothes and look
So you
after
couldn't even
us.
fuck.
Oh, no, yeah, I could. Mom, she was not in the business. I was on the totally opposite side of the hotel
than
than
my
my mama.
stories. They say, can you tell us one groupie crazy story or craziest thing a fan ever did? Or
The
you can tell whatever.
the funniest thing that ever happened to me, and I hope John, well,
all right.
there's two funny things.
Okay.
One of the funny things that happened, I used to share rooms with DOA, Derek Allen. He was our bass player. He's out of Oakland, really popular producer, hell of a songwriter. He just produced Karen White's new album. Anyway, we used to share rooms. So this one night, like everybody that went on that first tour acted like professionals. I was shy and scared as hell. I wouldn't know what to say to a girl. They bring her to my room. None of that, right? But I got a kick out of Reggie. Reggie was a professional. You know what I'm saying? And the band member, John was almost a professional, but the band members were professionals.
Been there.
Oh, man.
Been there, done that.
Yeah.
You learn everything from the band members, man.
Hilarious.
So anyway, Derek brought this fine chick into the room. I'm talking about bad. So anyway, within 2 seconds, we came up with this thing where I had a sleeping disorder thing, right? So the girl is in the room, man, and they start doing their thing, man. So me being silly, I know he's giving her, because I'm acting sleep while he's taking the Mac down. So by the time they get to doing what they're doing, man, I started acting like I was waking up out my sleep a little bit, you know. But you had to be there to see the tears. Yeah, listen, man.
Hey, Jane, I know you, baby. You see my sock? I think y'all under my sock.
Listen, man. Me and DOA laugh about that to this day. We would cry tears. I mean, the stuff that I was doing while he was messing with the girl was just idiotic and stupid. But he had her convinced and going along with it, man. It was hilarious.
But he's in the coop.
Oh, man.
He sleepwalked. Don't he?
Oh, that's my little brother. He
He
got a sleeping
sleepwalk.
disorder. Yeah, he sleep. Don't worry about it. You know.
Okay, they want you to tell us about Hammer being your cousin. Now, how'd you guys figure that out?
Okay, growing up, I never knew my father. Never saw a picture. Only had the stories that my beautiful mother told me about him. So in 2010, 2011, I guess I had spoke too much about not having a father to my wife, and she decided to take it on herself to start investigating it, you know.
Okay.
So she went on Ancestry.com, and that led to one thing, and, you know, after we went through all the John Harts, you know, I didn't know it was an S on the name. I always thought it was John Hart.
Okay.
So after we went through all of these Harts, and you know, I knew he died in 74. So we ended up getting his death certificate. We ended up getting his Social Security card and all this stuff. So anyway, he had a number on the closest relative on his autopsy paper. And the number still worked. It was my aunt, man. So anyway, my wife called me and said, I think I just talked to your auntie. I'm like, girl, get out of here, whatever. So anyway, I called. Long story short, I tried to stop her from hanging up on me because, you know, her brother's been dead for so long.
Right.
Like, where you come from?
Right.
So anyway, each one of my aunts, and there was 5 of them, each one of my aunts had to go on, pull up Facebook while I was talking to them before they even engaged me seriously. And man, when they put up Facebook, the phone hit the floor and they're just crying. Oh my God. It was amazing. So anyway, my grandmother, my father's mother, is related to the Burrells and the Ashfords. Ashford Simpson is a cousin as well.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Nick Ashford, wow.
My grandmother is an Ashford
Okay.
before she was a Harts, yeah.
And all because you were just, kept talking about my
Yeah,
dad.
I must have kept saying about what I didn't have in a father as a child, because you know I got sons, and you know my poor first son, poor Steve. You know I practiced on this kid, dude, you know, and I'm so glad that he still loves me because I was so tough on this kid, man. You know, because I just didn't know any better, you know. But anyway, I guess I was talking about the absence of that so much until I found my father, man. And when I got the pictures of him, man, I'm his identical twin. When I heard the stories about the guy, I'm his identical twin.
Wow.
I mean, it's uncanny how much I'm like this guy, and they're related to the Burrells. And Hammer and Lewis are my cousins for real.
So did you go back and talk to him and say, "Yo, we related"?
Yeah.
Like,
Well,
you
while
know
I
what
was
I'm
there,
saying?
while I was at the gravesite looking at all these Burrells and Hearts and Ashfords, I'm like, I was texting Louis Burrell, Hammer's brother, telling him, man, yo, and he was like, what? I'm like sending him pictures and like, yeah, man, we related, bro.
Aren't you upset because you talk bad about Troop? No.
Hey, I made the most money. I made almost the most money I ever made dealing with Louis Burrell. Damn.
That's right, because you were
He
signed
paid
to
me.
them, right?
Yeah, as a writer. Me and Louis Burrell, when he caught up with me on the Troop tour, we never had a Troop conversation one time. It was always about music, and he paid me.
It's a beautiful thing.
He paid me. He people can say what they want about Louis Burrell. He treated me like
A cousin.
a person that was interested in somebody's talent should treat somebody, and that's Pam. And he made sure he didn't try to take advantage.
We should put
of
that
me.
on the T-shirt because a lot of people miss
Fuck
that.
you, pay me.
Yeah, it's just man, nigga, please pay. If you
Just pay me.
Just pay me what
You know,
pay
and
me.
he was one of those guys. He took care of me, man. He made sure I had a lot of money in my pocket. He paid me a lot of money, man.
Now I always ask this question, and they always go, "Why you always?" So when you get the first big check,
That's Sweetie's favorite question.
what'd you go buy?
Well, to me, the first $1,300 I got, you know,
was a
back
lot
in
of money.
1988.
Yeah.
You know, my mom, she took every dime and she went and brought me a Suzuki Samurai.
Remember those? Remember they
And
were
I got
flipping
it
over
pimped
though.
out. Yeah, I remember that.
That was the thing.
But
But
that
I-
was later on.
Yeah.
I had
I
already
went-
sold like 1 million.
Yeah,
of them.
exactly. Everybody had to have a samurai.
Exactly. I went and put the Mercedes top on it, the big S in the back, spent a few thousand on the couch with the sounds. You can hear me coming 3 blocks away.
Big
because you
rims
know
and
when
tires.
when you first hit, you're still at home.
Yeah.
You know, you go on tour and stuff, but you hitting in the hood, and we told y'all, you know, and not to show off because we had support.
Yeah.
So it was like, you know, we made it, and it was for our city. We was upholding Dina for sure, right? And that's what I got with my first check. But with my first real money, it was just to my mom. We wanted to keep my grandmother's house in Texas. So all of the first big money went to save my grandmother's house in Texas.
Beautiful.
And then I started making stupid decisions. You know, I got married to it, you know, right at the and I say stupid decisions because at 21 years old you don't know shit.
No.
And
Oh, you got married that young?
You should not be trying to get married, and
Yeah.
you're just
no.
you've just figured out your pattern in life. You're just in alignment with your own momentum, and here you go bringing somebody else's momentum in it,
Yeah.
and they don't even do what you do.
Oh shit! So they not understanding none of it.
It's
Yeah.
yes, man. So and from there, I can say all of the decisions around that time were not good decisions for a group that was as promising as Troop. We did it to ourselves.
I usually tell, especially when you're young, and don't get me wrong, there's some exceptions out there. There's some
Yeah,
guys
there
and
is.
girls who can get 21, be married, and,
Yeah.
and work their way through it. But the majority of us, you don't know who you are at 21. You just out of high school. You're learning to meet women. You found one that you think is really cool. Hey, let's do this. And you go get married. And I know in the 60s and the 50s, that's how it was.
Yeah, well, and it worked.
And
Like,
you had
yeah.
parents that stayed together
Together. Yeah,
through
my
thick and
parents.
thin.
Yeah.
Got married at 21 and 22.
But I think we're in a society where there's so many. The word options is the problem. When Flavor Flav got options, it's
There's
a problem.
options.
It's
There's
a problem for
options.
women.
Right.
And I tell my daughter, I said, hey, don't just lock in on one dude.
No.
Flavor Flav have options.
And you got to understand what most people don't realize. We were miseducated about so many things, right? The biggest thing we were miseducated or not educated about was the true life cycle. Like they give you this 120 years as your life cycle when it's only one slice of pizza out of your whole pizza. Your life cycle is the entire pizza.
Yeah.
The entire large pizza is your life cycle. This life we're living is only one slice.
One slice. That's all it is.
You're going to take experiences. This is why it's so key to be open to being reminded of what you know. When people come to you and say, hey, Speedy, da-da-da-da-da, and you got your ego saying, nah, it's cool. But somebody has really come to you
Yes.
out of nowhere,
Yes.
giving you a jewel.
Yes.
These are the things that we have to learn from, like my uncle coming to me, telling me, son, why are you rushing to get married to this woman who already has a child? And you're a #1 on the chart and you have a girlfriend in every city. You can take your time and choose and pick and create your own thing.
Yes.
Well, what
Right?
about her made you say, I'm going to do this at such a young
Well-
age? And you had all these options.
Well, I was. She had an attitude, man. She was so beautiful to me, but she had this attitude, and it was ego to me. It's like I wanted to crack that attitude on her ass. You know what I'm saying?
Teach you.
Yeah, and then
Hold my money,
when
man.
when my uncle, and she was really sweet. I fell in love with her.
Yeah.
And when my uncle challenged me like that, my ego was what represented. And my ego was like, okay, I'll show you I can love them and they can love me and I can create a family with them and still.
Hey.
And I had to learn the hard way. And that was what I'm saying. We come here to gain expansion in the love frequency, the loving unconditionally. I was molested at 12. If I still had anger or bitterness against myself or victimizing myself or blaming her about anything, I would still have that uneducated sense of source that I'm going to have to deal with in this slice or the next slice. You get it? So forgiving in this slice and loving myself unconditionally in this slice is the best bet for the next slice.
We dropping science. We're dropping science. Steve in the building. Don't move. We're going to take a quick break. Come right back. It's All Troop every day, all day.
Yeah.
Here, Thursday on Throwback.
And what the times we was having, man, boy.
Now, this is a sweet November. It is the Rollout Show right here. RolloutStudios.com. It's your boy, Speed Doggy Dog, in the building. The funniest motherfucker ever going to meet. Why?
Because you're never going to meet Jimmy Fox.
But for the low, low price of free, you come check out my new stand-up comedy show at
The Colony Theater.
And the show is called Me, Motherfucker.
Yeah.
In the house we got.
Nikki Pam.
In the house we got.
Stephen Russell Hartz.
In the house behind the Iron Curtain we
You
have.
didn't even introduce him the first
Hey,
time.
man, sometimes you make the
You got to make a cut.
executive decision.
Oh, wow.
Shalom to the people.
What's taking you so long, bro?
Hey, man.
What's wrong? You all right?
I'm good.
You sensitive or something?
Nope. Never been.
Why would he be sensitive?
I don't know. My son sometimes gets sensitive.
Don't know how to be.
Sometimes he gets sensitive. He'll come to me and go, Dad, can I talk to you? Come on in here, son.
Oh, he does it like that?
Nuzzle to your dad.
He does the same, he does the same voice for all his kids. You know what I'm saying?
I know.
Like Cheyenne be like, come here, Dad. Okay.
He puts his head on your bosom.
He does.
He did puts his head on your
Yeah,
bosom,
he's
on the
supposed
nape
to.
of your neck.
Yes.
Really?
My son.
Yeah, okay.
He can nape and neck me.
No, he can't.
I will not.
That's baby boy.
Baby boy right there.
Hey, I know it, man.
I told you he used to have a little ponytail. And so he had the long ass fucking eyelashes. And everywhere we go, they go, oh, that's a cute little girl. I said, boy, motherfucker, it's not the girl. And shit.
I hug my grown sons like they
Got to,
like
man.
they babies, man.
Yeah, you got to.
Period.
Show them that love.
Oh,
So
yes,
you
yes.
don't, somebody else will.
Oh yeah.
And then it's the raggedy shit.
Yeah, man.
The group Troop is forever gonna be loved. Did Pasadena do anything for you guys? Is it a Troop Day or?
No,
anything like that?
we got a key to the city,
That's dope.
Wow.
but we don't have a troop day.
What do you get with the key to the city? Is it just
It's just recognition.
What does it mean?
recognition?
It's just recognition,
I'm like-
because we were very successful coming from where we came from, man. Of course, Van Halen's from Pasadena.
No, I didn't know.
High
Really?
Energy, remember High Energy?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Pasadena.
Yes.
So, Speedy, we might can get the one to Canoga.
A lot of actors, from Pasadena. But as far
A
as
lot of NBA players.
and the energy that we had coming out of Pasadena, the momentum was created 3-4 years prior, and the people of the city were a part of that momentum. And honestly, the people of Pasadena that were around since I was at the Boys Club was a part of Steve's momentum the whole way, because I was very popular in my city. I mean, everybody knew Steve that did Michael Jackson. It was top locking first. I was a protege of this guy named Donald Ray Dixon out of
Whoa,
Pasadena.
that's a great name there. Donald Ray.
Donald Ray.
Listen,
That's my whole name, Donald Ray Cohen.
one of the best pop lockers to me on the planet, and I was a student of his, and that's what really got me started before I was.
Did you know you could sing? Did you even
Well, I
have
used
that
to sing.
inkling?
I was very shy,
Okay.
and I used to sing to girls on the phone.
Hilarious.
I would have guys call me and put me on a 3-way to sing the girls for them.
The 3-way. Nigga, remember the
And-
3-way?
Yeah.
Hold on, nigga. I'm going to click you in. Don't
Yeah,
say
I'm gonna
shit.
click you in. Don't say. Just start singing. Just start singing.
Hilarious.
Clear my throat, then you start singing.
That's your cue.
You know, so
Spread your legs.
it was like that first.
Spread
You
your
know,
legs.
and then my mom, when my mom heard me sing, one day my mom heard me singing because she was always buying me music. Man, it's funny how things work. But anyway, she was always buying me music, albums, full albums, man. So she heard me singing. Silly of me to think that Denise Williams.
Oh, wow.
And she came
That
in-
high ass song?
Yeah, I was a kid. I was like 12, you know. And she came in and she started being like a vocal coach from that moment on.
Wow.
So she knew. She had a...
Yeah, when she heard me sing, she started making me sing. And making me sing.
And it's just you at the time?
Oh, yeah, I was the only child.
Oh,
You know.
wow.
I was wondering why you refer to yourself in third person. See, Steve.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
Get that out.
That only
He
child
always
syndrome
goes-
is some real shit, man.
Steve?
You know?
That nigga was cold.
Hey.
He's a legend.
He's a
he-
legend, man.
And that nigga's the popular. Go look at Ask Steve. Like it's a statue of Steve.
Man.
That
That's
I
funny.
knew he was only because that's how only kids speak.
Yeah.
The only child over
I
here.
don't do that. I don't say Pam.
You said
I do.
Nikki Pam.
Well, I
You
just
said
say
Nikki Pam all the
I just say
time.
Nikki Pam. Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
Because it's just y'all.
We have
Just-
nobody else
it's
to
just
talk
you.
to but
Nigga.
ourselves.
And that's
well,
true.
and your army man. Now go over there. You get down.
Yeah.
You lay down. And your parents be walking by. This nigga
Hilarious.
crazy as cat.
My mom bought me Army Men for that purpose.
Remember what's the dude that had the gun like this? I never knew who he
G.I.
was.
Joe?
It
Oh,
was,
you talking about...
It
no.
was one green one that had his gun up here.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
I don't know
Can
why.
you pull that up?
He had his gun like this.
I don't know.
I guess he's walking through the water, but his gun is
That's
up
not
here.
the one that's laying on the ground.
The
Maybe
one
you-
up-
Maybe you were supposed to lay him down, dog.
Now, how did you get rid of your when they was killed? You had to set them on fire. Huh? That's what we did, man. The
For real?
homies would set up the army men. Pal, he's dead. And you got to light him, set him on fire. That's why some of them
When
was
they
like,
melt?
yeah, that was the whole thing. You melt them, they're dead.
Well, if I melted my
I
anything,
know,
my mama
Speedy.
spent money on that. Was my
Right.
Well, it was just Steve. Who you gonna blame? No, who did this, Steve?
ass. Shit.
Steve.
Not with Mary Russell, I would know you wasn't.
Hilarious.
Yeah, I had so many friends growing up because it was 7 of us. Most of my friends. Okay, so there's one.
That
there
one
you
right
go.
there.
See it? Go back up.
Go
Back-
back.
Go, no, the other way. Keep going. Right. Go him.
That up here?
Who? What is he doing?
Oh, sorry, you got the big old light in your face.
He's treading
Where's the water?
He's treading through the mud. He got to put his gun can't go in the water, so he has to. Put
Hilarious.
What the
Look
fuck
at
is
that
he
one.
doing?
That one. Yoga?
That's a sword.
He doing yoga.
No, he got titties.
Yeah.
That green ain't right. That ain't the right color green. That's
Yeah.
too emerald.
Hilarious.
That is funny. He pulled up the
Remember the
Army Man.
bag of army men?
They said Joseph McVeigh said his name was Horatio. No, for real. I mean, I don't know what they serious or not in here.
But see, I've never seen any of that.
No,
Oh, no,
what is
come
going
on, man.
on?
Those are Navy
This
SEALs.
is sacrilegious for real.
Those are the rainbow.
Yeah, version
correlations.
of the
Yeah.
yeah.
That was a package of army men. When you got that package and your mom, man, I couldn't wait to
I
go in
go
the room.
outside
Hilarious.
and make my heels.
Yes.
And I made
Oh,
the whole thing in my yard. Plus, it was only me.
That was just you had to build it,
16th
knock it
Street.
down. What you doing? Playing. Little Russell out
Music
there playing.
and Army Man. Music and Army Man.
Hilarious.
So you have 5, and so what was that being the dad of the kid? Like you, and the youngest ones are how old?
10 and 5, almost 11 and 6.
Oh wow!
Beautiful boys.
And they don't know what they're gonna do.
My 10-year-old is very, very bright. He's the intellectual one, man.
Put that
He
up, Nick.
knows a lot of stuff, man. My 5-year-old is the music producer.
Oh,
he's
wow.
He's the one that's when listening to me, telling me, "Can I add this?"
At
And
5?
then
At
he'll
5?
sing me in the melody. I'm telling you, he's one of those, man. He talking about a Jermaine Dupri. I got one.
Wow.
This little 5-year-old kid is doing beats. He played me a little beat that he did off of his drum machine yesterday. I was like, man, don't erase that. I'm stealing that. And he's 5 years old.
You know whose kids are like that? Sky's kids. Well, one of them is very musical. Like it's
Somebody's
crazy.
gonna get it, man.
We were in the studio and he was making stuff off of the stuff in the studio. I was like, God, dog.
The Tony brothers. I mean, well, not the Tonys, but the Wiggins.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Talented, man. Yes. Sick.
I'm just in case you don't know.
Sick.
The Tony brothers, the Wiggins, Raphael, and Dwayne. Dwayne's sons and the cousins of all them. When I tell you, absolute genius.
Are they sick, man?
I mean, I knew them when they were little, like 10 and 11, and they were on these instruments, Pam, and they were playing. You would close your eyes and go, okay, that's a band that's probably been together for 15 years. Or that's Frankie Beverly and Mays band. That's what that is. These little kids was getting it. And I mean getting it. They wasn't playing no dun, dun, dun. They were boom, 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 boom. And you're like, God damn, you open your eyes, this little nigga on the drum was getting it, and my man on the guitar, and then Dwayne was standing right there and be like, told you, Speed. I'm like, God.
I
Really?
love that.
I remember he told us that when he came on the show.
Yeah, his kids
Yeah.
and nephews,
That's
they are
awesome,
just,
man.
oh, man. And I always tell people, I mean, again, I think God gives everyone a gift. Some
No
of us know
question.
right off the top.
No question.
Some you have to dig. Mine's I had, it just came about. This is why I was supposed to be a comedian.
Have to be reminded,
It was
yeah.
easy to do it. And I think,
But you didn't know. You kind of fell
no, I
into
didn't
it.
know. I didn't know.
And then you had the aha moment after you did it, pretty much.
Because I never went through, as comedians and sometimes a performer, you go through these periods where you ain't shit.
Right.
Motherfucker like, nigga.
And first of
Give me the
all,
mic.
when you come here in the flesh, you don't remember anything that
No.
you planned for yourself. It's all goo goo gaga, and hope that the guides you picked do some decent stuff for you.
But
you
I
know?
think as parents, we should lay things out for the kids.
yes, yeah.
You know, I'm not gonna say I wanted Brooklyn
Well,
to be
you're
a
gonna-
basketball player, but he got that.
Yeah.
He was a natural.
Well, you were chosen to be a guide in
For them,
a
yeah.
certain way,
Yeah.
even though it's their journey, and they have something that has already been pre-planned for them that they got to remember.
And God gave us choices, and that's the one. You just all I'm supposed to do is show the different lanes. Here, boom, boom, boom. Here's an instrument. Try to play this. Do
Yes,
this. And you-
introduction.
just
So you have a lot of instruments around the house for
Well,
them
I
to
have,
fiddle.
yeah, I have piano, guitars, stuff like that. So, and all my kids have my first three oldest kids were always around studios and stuff. So the influence of music was there, and I guess that's why they're artists. They're in the music business, acting and singing and producing and writing. You know, I guess they couldn't help it. You know,
And what are the pitfalls you want to show them, like especially with signing these contracts and the word
It
recoup?
was different too.
Well,
a little different back then.
For-
Now then,
I just
Recoup.
teach
A
my
little bit.
kids that to realize that their equity is in what they create. Like I use myself as an example. I've created my own music media company. I'm the primary artist, right? And I release songs, so many products, so many pieces per year. New. I try to have something new every year, and it's the collective of your work that will supply your lifestyle, that will pay for you and take care of you, not just one song. It's the quantity along with the quality that's gonna support you in today's market, because you can create your own fan base.
Speaking of,
You don't have to have anybody else's following.
I have.
They be having some random questions in
What
here.
there?
Pam asked Steve if he would ever license his song "Spread My Wings" to Buffalo Wild Wings Festival. I'm sorry, our fans.
If I was the
Hell yeah.
writer of Spread My Wings, I sure would.
Yeah.
For a nice licensing fee, I would even do the commercial. Sure would.
Spread your wings
Sure would. Even,
to your friends.
might even bite it if it's good enough.
right.
Now you sent me some songs. I have. Was it Lady?
Lady in My Life.
Which one? Because it has acapella.
Coast Final.
Got it. All right. Let's.
This is me and the two lead singers of Troop. This is
Turn me up, Nick.
This
You
is
got
our
you.
first duo
Hey.
produced by yours truly. Yes. Yes.
Nice.
That's hot.
heart and meet me in paradise. Now is the time, girl. You're every wonder in this world to me. A treasure time won't steal away. So listen to my heart, lay your body close to mine. Let me fill you with my dreams. I can make you feel alright. And maybe through the years, gonna love you more each day. So I promise you tonight, 'cause you will always be the lady in my life. Lay back in my tenderness. Let's make this a night we won't forget. Girl, I need your secrets. Or reach out to a fantasy, or two hearts in the beat of ecstasy.
Come to speed.
Come to me,
Man.
and I will keep you warm through the shadows of the night. Let me touch you with my love. I can make you feel so right.
Shit is dope, man.
And maybe through the years, even when we're old and gray,
We're old and
gonna
gray.
love you more each day. 'Cause you will always be the lady
Hit it, Steve.
in my life.
Oh, that's dope. Stay with speed.
Oh, what?
What? I want you to stay with speed. You needed me on this.
I need you in my life.
Sounds great.
Here go the breakdown.
Don't you go nowhere. Girl, let me keep you warm. Let me give you warm. In my life.
That's bad right there.
I wanna see you, babe. I wanna touch you, baby.
Y'all's killing it.
Yeah.
Stay with speed.
Wait, that's my favorite part right here. That's right.
You're my lady, and I love you, girl.
Oh my God, you're fucking killing it.
Don't you go nowhere. Let me give you warm. I love you, I love you, I love you, I want you, baby. Lay back in my tenderness. Stay with me. Don't you go nowhere.
They said stop, hush speed.
And I love you, baby. Oh, baby.
Y'all killed it.
Don't you go nowhere. Be my lady.
Sing it, Steve.
All through the night. Girl, let me keep you warm. I wanna give you warm. Let me keep you warm. In my life. Let me hear you, babe. All over, all over, all over. Lay back in my tenderness. Lay back with me. Let me touch you, girl. Rock me with your secrets. Lay back with me.
Somebody's in the cubicle just doing this.
Oh yeah.
The stink face.
Okay, let me
Great.
just say this.
Great
Okay, first of all, they said there's a video to this too.
Yes, it's a video.
Yeah, that's what people in chat room say. Oh, you gotta see the video too.
Yeah, it's good.
But, okay, not everybody can do a remake. There's like Prince. People be doing Prince. I didn't like when they did "Do Me Baby," but this right here, is up there. They're like, for real.
Dude,
It's
this
like
is
a 9 out of 10.
fucking.
Only reason why it ain't a 10 because Michael did. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
And when I remember that song on the album, and you know, you got all that song, and you hear that one, and never know if it really got radio play.
No, it didn't. It wasn't a
No,
single like
But
that.
No.
for black folks,
Yeah.
We knew this song.
man, when you
definitely-
heard that, and that's when you done fucked up really bad. And she like, I'm out. You take care. Deuces, you and all these funny looking motherfuckers around here, and you got to play that song to go.
Right.
I just stay with me. Just stay.
Yep.
We're gonna figure it out. We're gonna stay. Fucking incredible, bro. How do they get that song? Where do they go?
That song's available right now wherever downloads are sold. It's everywhere.
Go get it, man.
Amazon, iTunes, it's everywhere.
You can play both versions and not go
Head for head on that. Yeah, you really could.
Like either one would have dropped, you'd still have been like crazy about it.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Yeah.
awesome, man.
Man, that's-
well, we tried to,
Damn,
we tried to
that was
respect
hard.
it.
What y'all did, I can't believe you did that. Like that was really hard as a musician or ex-musician.
And the
y'all
runs
don't
were
even
great.
understand.
I like the runs
How
in it.
hard that shit
Yeah.
was to.
To do because
Yeah.
at the end of the day, it's still Michael.
Yeah, period.
Yeah, yes.
Period.
But-
And some songs you're not supposed to touch.
Right.
Well, y'all touched the shit out of
Yeah,
that.
you did.
But thank you.
You
man.
and Steve. Look here. Yeah, no, you have an alter ego.
You know, Steve in Pasadena. Greatest pop locker known to man. I said, well, isn't that you?
That was funny,
We got phone call.
Caller, what's your name and where you calling from?
What's up, good people? This D-Cars. How y'all doing?
Hey,
D-Calls, what it do, dog?
He was the one that
Oh,
said that.
chilling. What's up, Steve? Man, I kicked it with you and Troop about a year or so ago. Y'all did a show back here in Fort Wayne, Indiana. I went backstage
So?
and had y'all laughing before y'all hit the stage. Chris Fremley is my best friend out in Newport Beach.
I remember that, man. How you doing, brother?
Yeah, I'm good, man. I'm good. He and I was talking about you last Saturday, and I actually went and subscribed to your page on YouTube and your wife's page, and I watched the interview that you and your wife did. Dude, that was a deep conversation, man.
Thank you, man.
And I called Chris afterwards, and we talked, and he said, man, Steve hooked me up with these books called The Chronicles.
Yeah.
And, man, you and Nick would really have a deep conversation about this stuff, man, because I really enjoyed that conversation. I just want to call and tell you about that. You know, your wife has a great podcast, and I think you should tell people about it, man, 'cause
Yeah.
it's really important.
Well, thank you, man. I appreciate
Thank you
it.
for phone call, D-Call.
Give me Kiko.
I enjoyed doing her show.
You went backstage, huh? All right, cool. Man, code violation, but it's all good.
Hi, guys.
It's me.
Loved your show.
I'm with the crew.
Can I get a selfie? Hold still, Steve. Where's the other Steve?
Where's the other stick?
What the pop locker Steve? Where he at?
Oh, man.
No, you ain't gonna never let you live that down.
Right.
As soon as I see you, there's another Steve.
That is funny.
Man.
It's true, man.
So tell us about your wife's podcast, too,
Yes.
and your own.
Well,
Oh yeah, that's because we did that one.
Well, I started re-educating myself in 1994. So at this point, I've spent several thousands of hours of researching and just relearning and unlearning so much bullshit that my mom and my grandma, my uncles and my teachers and everybody taught me. And so when you get light knowledge, you automatically want to give it. And so when I got married, I introduced my wife to right knowledge. And, once I told her, she was really deep in the church. And, of course, I was raised Christian as well. And I told her, I said, I want you to do me a favor. I want you to go to church for the next 2 months, 3 months. And I want you, instead of just going and like when you wake up in the morning, you grab Jesus and the Holy Ghost and put them in your pocket with you. I want you not to do that. I want you to go to church and I want you to take notes. And I want you to write down where you're advancing about this subject. I want you to write it down and see where you're learning something for your soul.
Okay.
I just want you to see for yourself. So, after a few months of notes and her going back and looking at her notes and what was spoke on and what was talked about and her noticing this pattern, she was done with that, And she's been in light knowledge ever since, and she has a TV show where she interviews mediums, channelers, people who do hypnosis, all kind of stuff, man. It's pretty interesting.
So when you say enlightening, explain that.
Well, light knowledge is first coming into the understanding of the knowledge of self in the real way. Light knowledge is understanding that you are the light, and the light is not us outside of you in the sky. That light, the reason why the breath is hot on the back of your hand is because it's burning in you. And understanding the power that you have in this incarnation, in this fleshly incarnation at this time is what light, understanding that makes you understand that you want to have water that you can sell, and I can see it in a bottle. You know, we can actually make little bottles for the kids too and make it manifest. That's what light knowledge is knowing that you create your circumstance and you're not a victim of anybody's circumstance.
And you guys have been on the same page with this for how long?
She jumped on, she jumped on. I didn't meet her. We've only been married close to 7 years, 8 years. So for at least a good 6 years, she's been full head of steam and right knowledge, and it's changed her life. She went from having a feeling of sadness on a daily basis, not where it was running her life, but where she never acknowledged it. And once she got into light knowledge, like, dang, I have this feeling for no reason. Let me investigate that. See, that's what light knowledge does. It makes you investigate the molestation. It makes you go back and look at it and say, okay, let me look at the person who did it. Right? Where they come from.
Who are they?
Who are they? Before I take on the all their dirt and blame myself for what they did, let me see if Daddy got enough hugs. Did Daddy get any hugs? Is that the reason he didn't hug me? Did he get any hugs? See, once you get into light knowledge, you're gonna go and look at the things that are that the ego is gonna use to hurt you and remind you that you ain't shit. Light knowledge is gonna make you go back and look at those things where it benefits you, where you see the lesson out of it.
Damn.
And that's what light knowledge is. Yeah.
And then your podcast that you do, which is Wednesdays, right?
Yes. Myself and Miss Chalet, my co-host, one of my best friends, Miss Chalet, we have a radio show called The Heart of R&B on Dash Talk X.
Yeah.
Over at the Dash Network.
Nowhere to park.
Nowhere to park. Nigga, we ran around for about 20 minutes. I was like,
$30
I'm cool.
ticket.
I almost said I'm cool.
I parked my shit in the
So
red.
that's why you told me no the second time.
He was like, hey, Speed, can you help through? Like, ask me to come through.
Hey, Speed, can you come to my podcast?
Oh, shit.
Well, I had that thing.
When is it?
I got light knowledge tonight.
Light knowledge.
I'm a little light.
It was nowhere to park.
Oh my God, it was awful.
Then when I thought it was cool, the dude with the bat said,
You may not want to park there, dog.
Hey,
I said, why? You ain't read sign?
it's serious, man. Yeah, man.
but no, I had a great time at your show, man.
Well, it was fun. I loved having you there. You've been my buddy for ages, man.
We
So
go back, man.
just for you to come and help support the show when it's on the come up, that trickle down, I need that from you. You know what I'm trying to say?
Our
You've been
fans
doing
went
this.
there, they watched it. And I always told the other fella, hey, man,
Anybody can't make it to the group.
He want to be a troop so bad.
turn my mic
when
off,
I
nigga.
tell you, he told John the same thing. I'm like, really?
And we have people tell us that wherever we go, man. Our whole career, we've had
Right.
people.
I can
we've
imagine.
had people telling us,
somebody's
man,
sick.
Yeah, let me be in the group, man. I want to be in the group.
Hey, what was the original name of the group? Let's write that shit down.
Five of a Kind was the original.
We're going to stay with that. This next song is by Five of a Kind. Let me know.
Hey, play some heat. I bet they like that name. That shit by Five of a Kind was hot.
Oh shit! So how did you and Miss Chalet? Now I love me some Miss Chalet.
Yeah.
I think
she's
she's
mad
very
cool.
underrated,
Me
very
too.
unsung as a singer. I mean, I know she done been through some stuff, but
Yeah.
how did you guys come to do your podcast together?
Well, Howard Hewitt introduced me
Good
to
friend.
radio.
Cool as
yeah,
hell.
one of my best friends, man. One of
You
my
talk to him
idols.
often, don't you?
One
Yeah.
of my idols became a friend, a really good friend.
Yeah.
This life, Anyway, he introduced me to radio. He had a show where he asked me to come on and be a judge with him on this show where we judged unsigned music, which I'm going to incorporate that into our show as well. But anyway, that was my start. And the more comfortable I got, the more personality of who I really was, I started to let out.
Yeah.
And the producers of the show was like, man, we getting ready to do this. Woo, 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 man. Would you like your own show and all that? And so I took it, and I was on a station in Boston for a year and a half, almost 2 years.
Oh, wow.
And I was producing, editing, doing the
But you were still here, though.
well, yeah, I was still here.
Okay, yeah.
But I was pre-recording the show, and nobody knew it, but I would pre-record the show, and it was 2 hours of music every day. I went from the weekends
Oh, wow.
on Saturday and
That's
Sunday.
dope.
They liked the programming of my music so much, which I was programming, right? Never did radio before in my life. But anyway, they liked the programming so much, they put me on right before Ralph Tresvant every day.
Ralph
Right.
had a show?
Yeah, Ralph still has a show
You know?
Inside the Ride.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, on the base of Boston. So anyway, I left a F-bomb on one of the interviews, man, because I was just falling asleep. I said, you can't do everything, man. You already, it's silly for me to even say that. But anyway, I
I
was.
got it, nigga. I'm gonna produce. Lock up too. Shit. Where is Steve at to help me?
Oh, make me
Listen,
choke
man.
Me
right now.
pop like a Stevie.
It was horrible. It was actually horrible, but things happen for a reason. So I did all the work.
Okay.
Right. So I left a F-bomb. They fired me, and
Okay, well.
about light knowledge. This is where input in light knowledge comes in. Right. The first thing my ego wanted me to look at the people surrounding the show,
Blame them.
and blame and see who could hate on me to stop my very good show. Right. So I immediately said, no, we're not gonna go there. We enjoy doing radio. Me and all the Steves, plus Miss Chalet, we love doing radio. So we're gonna purposely put in the atmosphere that how much you loved radio and how much the universe responds on how you feel on the inside, not what you say with your mouth, what you really feel. So I put that out there, and within 4 months, man, I got a call asking did I want to bring my show to Dash.
That's cool.
You
My
know.
friend Sabrina, she said tell them hi. She's from Pasadena. Used to go with her friend Crystal, who did her hair back in the 80s.
Oh, man.
So
Not did I go with Crystal. That's an understatement.
Really?
Me and Crystal, obviously, we definitely had agreements made before we came here, and I effed it up when we got here.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
I'm gonna have to come back and cook that pepperoni a little longer next time.
And in life,
For
as
sure.
guys, we look back. There's so many women in my life. I fucked that one up.
Man.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh
guys.
yeah.
They would have took me to another level.
Yeah,
I
Crystal.
hope they're saying that about
I
me.
would be a multi-millionaire right now if I was still with Crystal.
Really?
Yes, that was my first love period.
Oh, wow.
I would be a
There you go, Z.
multi-millionaire
Shout out to Crystal.
if I was with Crystal.
Yes. Man, who would you be? No, anyway.
I don't think I got any of those. I'm just keeping it real. I mean,
Women that
crackheads.
It's hard to come by. It depends on what your attraction
And
is.
again, too, when you're young, you don't see that.
No.
That's
No.
why the getting married
You
thing.
get a hit,
man.
you get a hit, and all you've ever known was people in your neighborhood, and then all of a sudden you got a hit record.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't know, man.
Yeah.
That'll change anybody.
Yeah.
You know?
You know, you're cute. Anyway, bitch,
Yeah.
I'm cute. We got a phone call, Pam.
Oh,
No,
well,
nigga.
there
No,
that
not
is.
anymore.
Maybe that was Crystal.
I forgot.
Hilarious.
It's 1988 because that's when your album dropped and everything starts to roll. You graduate in high school.
Man.
Which before that, were you thinking about going to college?
Yeah, playing football.
What position?
Definitely defensive back, professional football player.
That's where
no
your mind,
question.
nigga, I'm in
Period.
the league,
Period.
giving it to him.
It's me and mom. Mom's sacrificed all this for me. We're going somewhere. Believe me.
Gonna do something.
Something is
The
gonna
Steves
manifest.
are gonna make it.
And I had that at a young age, man. My mom gave me that at a young age, man. That manifestation thing, man. And it turns out to be true, but I didn't realize it was going to be in the music first.
Okay, but you knew it was something.
Oh, no question. And especially after I lost my grandmom, right as I was entering the group, my grandmom, she came out to visit, had an aneurysm and passed.
Oh, sorry, damn.
59 years old. She was my biggest cheerleader.
Wow.
Out of all of her grandkids, she used to always say, girl, that boy is special. I know my grandkids. That boy is special. You need to put him in this. You need to put him in art because he can draw too good to be 6. She was just,
Oh, you draw?
oh, man, I've been drawing all my life. I'm back into that now. Yes. That's not sat to the side because of the almighty music anymore.
We don't have to hire one of them Steves.
I know.
Yeah,
Them
we
Steve's
got
do a
a
lot
couple-
of shit.
We got a couple Steves in here.
How much that Steve cost?
We need a mural right there.
It is the Rollout Show in the building.
Yes.
We want to peel back. We did before 1988, but we want to peel back and give some facts from 1988.
Okay.
I think I saw somewhere where gas was 91 cents, Bam.
Wow.
Yeah, I wish.
They said, and while he's looking it up, why do you love pizza so much? Like, do you talk about pizza a lot on your podcast or something?
Well, I don't. It's
How do
not
we
that
know
I
this?
love pizza so much, but when I explain to people about when I initially try to explain the true life cycle and what it's based on, I find that explaining the pizza scenario helps people to see it clearly rather than trying to understand what I'm saying. If I tell you that your entire life is a large pizza and this life that you're living as Jessica is only one piece, you're like, damn, we live all those times?
Oh, well,
I
yeah.
thought we only live once.
No, yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get
Most
it.
people
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
know that we come over and over and over again, and most people have no idea that you have attractions that follow you from life to life, and it does not have to be the same. But if you wonder why you're in abusive relationships over and over again, you're
Yeah.
always meeting a mean guy. You
Bam.
might be
No, I ain't
bringing.
got one now.
You might be. You might have an attraction that
I did.
You don't understand that you're so sweet and so nice, but you have no idea because you're not into past life regression. You haven't learned about that, so you haven't even tried to find out what your higher self will allow you to see, to show you why you're attracting that.
Oh, absolutely. I totally believe in that.
And
we have
I
a
did
call.
it.
Caller, what's your name and where you calling from?
I'm supposed to say that.
$1 cash bonus on the very
Hilarious.
Wow.
Somebody didn't
Wow,
scream.
they're selling things.
Now, in 1988, the average car, $10,000. You in, you
Wow.
out. The average car, no more than
Well,
10.
it's like a Honda, I'm
Just
sure.
the average, yeah.
Wow.
No Mercedes. That was goddamn sure. Gas was 91 cents. That's what it says here, but I don't think it was 91 cents. But anyway, movie tickets, $3.50.
Wow.
Nigga, for
Shit,
the
what
right
is it?
theater, it's $20.
Yeah, I know. I went to one where, they have the ones that go recline and you put your feet up. But nigga, $18.
Yeah.
I was like, for what?
Wow.
Yeah, and if you really
And
try
don't
to do
be
it,
hungry or thirsty.
well, don't
$5
go.
for,
You've been to the ones where they come to
this.
you, where the motherfucker come to you and take your order at the movie theater.
Oh, yeah.
You
yeah.
might as well just hand them your credit card. Go on
Right,
and run that down.
right, exactly. That's $100 a night. They want to know, did you go to Blair High or John Muir?
Well, I went to PHS and John Muir. I graduated from Pasadena High School, but I transferred. All of my close friends were at John Muir, so I transferred to John Muir in 10th grade, my sophomore year, and when I got there, it was like one of those schools you see on TV where the teacher has no control and the kids are unruly in the class.
What school?
And well, you remember that movie where the
Movie,
lady? I can't think of it. Where the kids is bad as hell, man. But it was a popular movie, and it was like that. And my mom was such a disciplinarian. I was. I had to be disciplined when it comes to certain things, school and stuff like that. So when I got there and I saw the kids acting out, it just made me question who I was around, and not like my good friends. It was just the people in the classes I was in. It was kind of rowdy, and I saw that I wouldn't be able to graduate staying at John Muir, so I went back.
Oh, okay. So you
PHS.
went there and then.
Yeah, just
good.
the fun. All my buddies were there, but my mom is not gonna. If I fall off into this crap, I'm not gonna have a good home life. You know what I'm saying?
None of the Steves gonna be good on
I
this.
chose
one.
None of the
home life
Steves,
over
hilarious.
friends, man.
All the Steves gonna take an L on this one.
Yeah.
Take my ass back
Big
home.
time.
Tiny, sweetie. How you
Yeah.
reading that?
Huh?
So tiny. How are you reading that?
I got my glasses on.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that makes it big.
That's what she said.
Give me them glasses.
Now, Brittany, where did she go? She left?
They probably in there.
She's so sad. Number one movie, or the top movie at the time in '88, was Rain Man, which I've never seen.
Yeah, my
You've
mom's
never seen
favorite
Rain
movie.
Man?
Never seen
Great
Rain
That's
Man.
a great movie.
Great movie.
Who's Roger Rabbit? I hated that movie.
Oh, I wasn't
didn't
into
like
that.
that.
Yeah, I think
They
that was
want-
too.
They wanted to fuck a
something.
cartoon. That's all I know.
Yeah, I
Oh, wow.
wasn't into that.
Big was okay. Twins, didn't see that. Crocodile, Dundee, whatever, 2, didn't see that.
He had a couple funny ones.
Yeah,
I never
but-
seen any of them.
He was
I think I
silly.
saw
I just never thought he was
silly as
funny.
hell.
Die Hard.
Yeah, Die
Great
Hard was
movie.
good.
Yep.
Yeah,
Great movie.
That was good.
Beetlejuice.
Beetlejuice was great.
That was funny. Yeah,
It was great.
that was a great
That was
movie.
off the chain.
A Fish Called Wanda.
That was good.
It was a
I
good
like-
movie for
yeah.
certain people who like
Yeah, it
that.
was-
Yeah, type of
romantic
thing.
kind of
Yeah,
comedy
I liked
stuff.
it.
Yeah.
And Friday the 13th Part Thief.
Yeah.
Thief?
Well,
Is
four
that
was
five?
four was the favorite. Final chapter was probably
Final
better.
chapter.
I don't do
Five,
scary
I
movies.
think when they
I
came
can't.
with five,
Which was The New Blood.
yeah, five. The New Blood was not as good. That's when they
I
started
thought
changing
after
it.
the first one, Friday 13th,
The first one was awesome.
nigga.
That's classic.
I was so, and when at the
And
end
that
of the movie,
wasn't
because
even Jason. That was his mama.
yeah, but remember now, again, no one saw a movie where the dude lived on. Whoever was doing all, eventually go, hey, I got him.
Right,
Kill
right,
him.
yeah.
And that
yeah.
motherfucker looked, and he wasn't dead. He was gone. I was like, so.
Oh, it's frightening, man.
And then the credits rolled up. I said, no, he got to die.
Nuh-uh.
There's another one. Oh
Yeah,
shit!
man. Franchise, baby.
Yeah, yeah.
Killed it.
Jason
killed it with
Voorhees was franchise.
that. Jason,
Yeah.
who never talked. Yeah, who came up with that shit?
That is the worst sound ever. It really is. It really is.
Black folks be like, all right, nigga. Start with the chit, man. Quit playing.
Playing, dog.
I think that's our favorite shit. Quit
Play
playing,
it,
man.
dog. Yeah.
I think we should have. Black folks should have just said, we go market. Quit playing.
That is
Right.
Because quit playing means something.
Yeah.
Hey, quit playing,
Quit
nigga.
playing, man.
That's that warning
You're
right before the ass.
scared.
Yeah,
You're really scared,
You gonna get
bro.
your ass beat?
Yes.
I'm finna run.
Yes,
Hilarious.
Hey man, you hear that? Quit
man.
playing,
That is
nigga.
funny, man.
All right, so she's a Russell. You ready?
What are we doing, Sweet?
She's got some quiz things.
So you have to name the artist and the song.
Name
Oh, the artist and the song.
2000. I mean
shit.
2000.
Wow.
1988.
Yeah.
Okay.
Your year.
Okay.
You on fire.
All right.
Yep.
Let's go.
I'll
You
do
should
my
know
best.
these.
I'm going to say the lyrics as bland as possible.
Okay.
Okay, it's bland. Okay. Crap, that's hard.
All right, go.
Girl, the only thing that matters in my life is that I'm down for you and treat you right. You've got nope.
Oh, I
Call
should know
to
this.
treat me cold as ice.
Oh,
That's Bobby Brown.
Bobby Brown.
Cold as ice. Don't be cruel.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm on. Anyway.
Come on, man. I do this. Come on, man.
Bland or not, huh?
I do this. I do this.
I ain't doing bland. I ain't, man. Because you were doing it bland. I can't.
All right, go. The next one. That was good.
You never make me stay, so take your weight off me. I know your every move, so won't you let me be?
I know that too.
Michael,
Say it one more time.
No, that's
I know
Michael.
Your every move. Say it one more time.
take your weight
You
off me.
never-
It's Michael.
Shoot. Not smooth. Not dirt. Not smooth criminal.
No.
It's definitely Michael. Hold on.
Say the lyrics
Hold
one more
on.
time.
One more time.
please.
Bland.
What you looking up, Speedy?
Nothing.
He cheating over here.
You was cheating, though. I was like, what are you doing?
God, I wasn't supposed to look at shit. I'm like, hold on. And you get your weight off me. I'm gonna go.
Get your weight off me. I know that.
You never make me stay, so take your weight off me.
Oh,
You
oh.
never
I
make
know.
me stay, so take your weight
Dirty
off
Diana.
me.
Dirty Diana.
Yeah, they got it in the chat room. Should have got it, yeah.
That was was that song? That song was so dope that the Prince and whoever in England made them change the title of the song.
Yeah.
It's
Oh,
not
really?
called Dirty Diana.
What is it?
It's I think it's Diana, but it's not dirty because
Oh,
they
really?
Take
said
the dirty. You right?
because they said it felt like it was referring to the Queen.
Oh, okay. Oh, wow. Oh,
Yes.
dirty. Oh,
Yes.
duh.
They
Yeah,
made
yeah,
him
that
take
makes
that
sense.
shit off there.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, they did that to Mike twice. They did that, and Heartbreak Hotel. The Presley family felt like they owned that title. So if you look on the album, it just say Heartbreak.
This place.
This place, it's Place Hotel. Yes, right. But it was actually called Heartbreak Hotel. But
That's so funny.
yeah, no, white folks ain't no joke.
Okay, and they put the thing up to your.
Yeah,
to
speak
your
loud.
mouth. Yeah, speak loud a
We need
little
you.
bit.
Okay.
There
we
you
go.
I'm ready. I'm ready.
It took my heart to shatter in 1,000 pieces before I'd ever drop my pride. Losing love, worrying about my image really helped me realize.
Let
Oh,
me
we-
realize. Really help me real.
Oh God, because the real help me
No
realize.
fair. You can sing the song.
I know it's no fun because he gonna get them all.
Okay, do it again.
One more
Do it
time.
again.
It took my heart to shatter in 1,000 pieces before I'd ever drop my pride. Losing love, worrying about my image really helped me realize.
Worrying about my image. Really help me real.
This is tough.
I know that, man.
Can I get a hint?
I'm so mad
Can
right
we
now.
get
Really
multiple choice?
Worrying about my image really helped. That's
Oh, that somebody said. Can I say it?
Yeah,
If
go
it
ahead.
isn't love,
If it is
Any?
love,
If it isn't love.
any.
if it isn't love.
Yeah.
What's
makes me
okay?
feel so bad inside.
Well, what? That must be a verse.
Yeah,
It
it's
is.
definitely a verse. She's doing verses. She ain't gonna do a hook because we'll get
Yeah,
it.
you get it.
Damn it, I'm so mad. I'm so mad.
Okay, if it's no fair. If he sing the song, then he don't know it.
Yeah.
You can sing it.
Yeah,
Your
'cause
head.
I didn't hit
My
the
note
melody
don't
right.
sound like the real one.
I'm supposed to know
Go
that.
ahead.
They got it in the chat room
All right,
for
next
sure.
one.
I love you more in the rain or shine, and making love in the rain is fine. I love so good, and I'll call it mine. Love is blind.
That's Sade?
Damn, is that Sade?
No.
No.
Oh, okay.
It's 1988.
Oh, this
Yeah,
is
88. So okay,
No,
that
she had
one
great
those. I know the lyrics. I know the lyrics. I know the lyrics.
You know, it's so weird because we sing songs, but we probably don't sing it the way
Yeah.
it's actually written.
Exactly.
Because we ad lib.
Yeah,
and
we
then when
make
you
up our
hear
own
the
shit.
actual song, how it go, you're like, that's not how it goes.
Can you say it one more time, please?
I love you more in the rain or shine, and making love in the rain is fine. I love so good, and I call it mine. Love is blind.
That sounds like the SOS band. Is that
Really?
the SOS band?
Is that a lie for
Making
Speedy?
love in the rain is.
Oh, I know. They said it's night and day. I'll be sure.
Nikki Pam, get.
Oh well, I mean, I can't. Well, I mean,
That's
what?
what it is.
Oh, it's
Making
Al-
love in the rain is fine.
Oh
I
yeah.
love so good and I call it mine.
Oh, you sound
But
good.
again, look.
Love is
I'm like, they playing too.
Okay, just so y'all
I
understand
can tell you that was
how
my
I
shit
feel about you
night
and day. How I feel about you.
Hey.
That boy can sing right here.
Wait. Okay, just so y'all know. Okay, so watch this. So you take the song and you go, okay, again, turn me on, Nick.
Speedy
All
really
light
wants
skinned
the
niggas
album.
was in on this.
Man.
Remember this movie here?
Man.
So I know the lyrics, but I don't know the lyrics.
Got you.
Those are the lyrics, but I have my own.
I knew the lyrics.
And Nick said, and that nigga, and if you ever notice, he only look in the camera a few times. Most of the time, he turn here and go, nigga, what?
That's a dope video.
The song, I think when this song came out and you first heard it, you were like, oh my.
I was sick.
The arrangement was
I was sick.
bananas.
I was sick.
Now, as an artist, and I know as a comic, I go see a comedian, or I don't really go see comics, but if I happen to be there, somebody's getting down, and they killing with some new shit or whatever, I go back in the lab. I'm like, nigga, I just saw this young
step
nigga
my
just
game
destroy.
up. Yeah.
You hear this song, what do you, as a writer, are you like, okay, nigga, the bar's been raised?
Well, I know what cloth he coming from with that song, so immediately I'm like, dang, because I'm always on some mic shit. That's I just love that mic like that. So just to hear the progressions, the first thing is like, dang, man, we missed that one. We missed that.
I
one,
think
you know?
that's, he is the beginning, him and Teddy, of the New Jack swing.
Are you kidding me?
That
They
whole
created it.
Yeah, yeah.
That's what created
Yeah.
it. That's what.
But
that's
live,
what started it. Teddy
Just
Riley
gonna
is
keep
just,
it real.
No, yeah, you don't
Yeah,
want to
you
see
don't see
Albie
him
live.
live.
He my homie though. He my homie.
Yeah, he nice guy.
Yeah, that's one of my
Love
good
him to
buddies.
death.
We argue like a motherfucker.
he's
in
working
the
his
basketball
ass off. Somebody want to see him live. He stay out
court.
performing.
He stay
He
for
do.
He stay
you
getting
got
booked.
the microphones. You
He said, huh.
got the microphones that make your voice nice. Hold on. a second.
No, I don't.
No, I'm playing. All right, next one. Damn, I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's what
Should've
they kept
known
saying,
that one.
Speedy. You should have got
I
that.
should have got that.
Because
I don't know the lyrics.
You're obsessed with Albie. Sure, you really are.
No,
Yeah, you are.
I just knew when I first saw the video. I said, "This
Making love
light
in
skinned
the
nigga
rain
finna
is
get all the bitches."
I knew those lyrics though. I knew that. I don't feel bad. I knew the lyrics, man.
All right, go, Bray.
Nick Pam.
This is for me. It's a lot.
No, put your
Oh,
screen.
okay. I won't look. I'm not gonna look. I got my,
Girl, please.
okay, here we go. I'm not looking. All right.
There you go.
There we go.
All right, go.
Looking at you from a distance, it seemed so real. You and I together dream, it seemed for real.
Looking at you from a distance. Look from a distance, it seems so real. Make me feel from a distance. That's Keith Sweat. I wanna Right?
Damn, you are the bomb.
Come
Oh my God.
Pam, I think we 0-4 right now.
Come on,
I'm
man.
like, I'm just here
Come
for the
on.
atmosphere.
Come on, man.
That's
I
how
can't do
I
it.
wanna.
Because I never
Teddy
have the
Riley.
words right. Like,
That's
I'm a
Teddy
good
Riley.
music person.
I
but
want that
Teddy
whole
Riley.
album.
yes.
Teddy Riley. Sick.
Fire.
Fire.
One of the few, it's like in life, you got, you get albums and go.
That's
okay,
one of those,
I like
man.
4 and I like 6.
Yeah.
That whole
That's got you
album,
made. Seems like you may be young, but you're ready.
which
Right in the
now-
wrong, right
now
in
that
the
you
wrong
think
way
about
to
it,
love somebody. Right in the wrong way.
Oh, yeah, I know. A
You
little
may
Me
be
Too-ish.
young, nigga.
And you ready.
Little R. Kelly-ish.
Yeah,
Man.
before the
man.
R.
That was,
You may be young,
it was
but
plenty before he came around.
yeah. You don't act like R is the only
Come on,
one,
man. Don't start.
Wow.
I was at that high school yesterday
Wow.
checking my son in. I said, let me get through this shit. The little girl had her whole little cheeks coming out, and she was walking with her mom.
Yeah.
Really?
I wanted to go, bitch.
That's how it is. They
Brooklyn
ready.
stepped my son. Brooklyn like, all right. I said, nigga, hey, focus. Just get these classes.
They ready.
Hilarious.
All right, next one.
My mind is blind at times. I can't see anyone but you. Those other girls don't matter. No, they
Those
can't
other
spoil my
girls don't
view.
matter, no, they can't spoil my view. I must make you understand. I wanna be your man.
I hate this Steve.
I know.
It's winning.
Steve is good. And he can sing. That's Steve. Oh, my God.
You ever see Zap? I know you seen Zap.
We performed with them.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, we
When
had
Roger was
opportunity-
alive?
Yes.
Yes,
Wow.
I've seen him.
I've had the opportunity to chill with him, talk with him, and everything backstage
I
in
would-
his dressing room.
I seen him at
couple
least 8
times.
times.
Yeah.
when
We
he-
performed with him
Zap.
several
Oh, Roger.
times, man.
I did messed
He
around.
was sick.
I'm in
Yeah,
Oakland,
it's one of the best shows ever.
and I'm in Oakland.
Remind me of Prince.
Young lady come. Well, she wasn't young. She was older.
I knew his son.
She comes
too.
to my show and she goes, "Oh, you're so talented." You know when you do it. Hey, oh, hey, how you doing? She was older. I was like, thank you. She says, "No, you just remind me of my ex-boyfriend." I'm like, "Oh shit." I said, "Okay." She said, "Well, you me." I'm like, "So who's your ex-boyfriend?" She went, "Roger." I went, "Okay, bitch."
Roger
She said,
who?
Robert Troutman. I went.
Yeah, you got that Ohio look.
Yeah, you got
that
the Ohio player look.
She took me back to her place, nigga. All his pictures everywhere. I was like, okay, I can
Well,
look.
come on,
I can but my own
let me channel Roger tonight.
Exactly.
This lady took full advantage of me.
Really?
Man, what?
You like them older women, though, sweetie.
All right, next one. I'm gonna get this one. Steve, all the Steves are going down on this one.
Baby, let me tell you, I've been wanting you. Always on the scene, good looks, and more possessing all of me.
Ooh.
So when it starts to coming on, catch me getting in the mood.
Okay, I know that part.
In the mood.
One more time, the whole thing, because you broke it up.
She making sure she don't read it right. And then
Right.
too fast.
Baby, let me tell you. I'm just kidding.
She read it where you cannot get it.
She's using her finger. You love me.
I love
Is that
you.
Barney?
Is that Barney?
Let me see.
Baby, let me tell you, I've been wanting you. Always on the scene, good looks, and more possessing all of me. So when it starts to coming on, catch me getting in the mood.
When it starts to catch it coming. Come on, man. Come on. I do this shit.
You should catch me
Starts
in
to
the
come
mood.
and
Oh.
Your cheek now.
Oh, that's catch me
Yeah.
in the mood is the line we should all know. I have a feeling.
1988.
when it starts to come.
Is it the Whispers? Nick, it's not the Whispers?
Can you say the lyrics one more time, please?
Give it to him.
Baby, let me tell you, I've been wanting you. Always on the scene, good looks, and more possessing all of me. So when it starts to coming on, catch me getting in the mood.
Catch in the
88.
I know
Catch
it.
me in the mood. It's
Mood
right
is
there.
that part.
Catch me in the mood. And you said not the Whispers?
No, nigga, it ain't the Whispers.
It sounds like a whisper lyric. I give up.
Who is it?
Who is it?
You give up, Steve?
I give up.
'Cause if Steve don't get it, then we ain't got no hope.
Who is it?
Pebbles.
What
Mercedes
song?
Boy?
Yeah.
Which one?
Mercedes Boy.
Mercedes?
I'm so mad.
That's a
I
good
should
one
know
too.
that.
That was a good. I definitely
First of
know
all,
that.
Pam, that's not how the song go.
I should know
Mercedes
that.
No, you went Mercedes. That's not how it
It
goes.
is how win.
No, it-
Play Mercedes boy.
Do you wanna ride in my Mercedes, boy?
Ryan.
Tell him what you're gonna do. Charlie Wilson
With
produced
me.
that.
He
What
did?
the- Charlie Wilson wrote and produced that.
Really?
With
You
me.
wanna
switch this
ride
around,
in
but I
my
can't take it off.
Mercedes, boy? Tell him what you're
With me, with me, with me,
Yeah.
with me.
I'm so
It is a
mad.
Charlie. That does have a Charlie
That's
Wilson.
I didn't know
Pebbles.
that was Charlie
Pebbles,
Wilson.
Pebbles,
Oh, they
Pebbles.
got it in chat room.
Pebbles.
The one part.
That makes me mad, man. I'm supposed to know that.
Do you wanna? Well, it's kind of hard for us to do. We know
Yeah.
because we knew the song, but you couldn't be right now.
Because I know the lyrics, man.
Riding my Mercedes.
When she says the lyrics, I know the lyrics. And I'm not having any issue with
That's the dude I told you had the sex
It's
change.
the melody that goes with the lyrics.
The guy in that video.
Oh, yeah, because
The dark-skinned brother.
the one that was in Janet too, right? It's
Yeah.
the same
Yeah,
dude?
he was real
yeah.
popular. Oh, he
Yeah,
did?
He
Wow,
a girl.
transition.
Full fledged. They
They want
cut
you to
it.
play it.
They cut it and tucked it in.
Wow.
Do you? I don't even know if I have it on my shit, but I know how to go get it.
That's
Hold on
pretty
one second.
strange.
Yeah, that's. Hey man, sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do.
Oh, no, not him. I'm thinking about me not being able to get these lyrics.
One more. A couple more.
That's strange. No, shit, I think to each his own, man.
Oh yeah, if you got however you get it. Pebbles.
Pebbles, Pete.
But, hey, watch your tongue.
I'm just saying.
You don't have to be.
And why they find something else?
Yeah, go ahead.
Might have served several of those slices
I
as a
did
female.
not know that he.
You know,
Wow.
decide to come as a male slice. You got a little work to do. You're gonna have to do it a couple times.
I'm not gonna fuck with that. I'm leaving that alone. My little sister's name is Pebbles.
Hilarious. Some Mercedes boy.
Mercedes boy.
Yeah.
Is that what the name of the song?
Yeah.
Oh, it says
Yeah.
remix. I mean, it sounds goofy.
Yeah, Charlie Wilson did that.
Really? I never knew that.
Yeah,
Just fast forward it.
Yeah, the version they have is the turn me on, Nick.
Yep.
That guitar ain't no
That sounds
joke.
like Charlie to you guys? It don't sound like Charlie Wilson to me.
Mercedes, my Mercedes.
I used to hang out with her. This was before she married L.A. Reid.
She's from L.A., right?
Yeah, you know her,
Oakland.
Sherelle, her cousin.
No, I didn't know
From the
that.
Bay.
Oh, she from the Bay?
that's
I didn't know that.
Oakland right there, homie.
Thank you. Nick.
That's East Oakland right there, homie.
Okay,
That was a
you
great
ready?
song. All right, next one.
That's
I'm
a
ready.
dope
All right,
song.
next. I'm winning. I'm getting this. Come on, all the speedies, get together. Let's go.
I've been a victim of a selfish kind of love. It's time that I realize.
I've been a victim of a
selfish kind of
love. It's time that
I
I
realize.
realize that there was some.
What's the name of the song?
He ain't got to it.
Not a nigga love.
Michael.
Who is he? Would it
It's
be?
Michael, right?
Pretending.
Mirror.
Man in the
Yeah,
mirror.
man.
Oh, okay.
My
Son was disregard about broken bottle tie.
And the one night stand.
And I washed
I
out
don't know.
dreams.
Hey, I
Watch out,
always
watch
made
out.
up my own words.
And I washed out dreams.
I
They follow the pattern when you see.
As they know.
All right, I got one more. This is a hard one.
This is hard.
This is hard.
She said.
That's what she said.
I'll shoot it.
You tell me your best friend's world seems beautiful, but don't be fooled. It's a nice work if you can get it. Yeah, what goes on behind closed doors, you don't know. Maybe she cries herself to sleep every night.
I know that.
I don't know that.
I know that. Say it one more time. She cries. Watch.
Great lyrics, God.
Watch.
Damn.
Watch.
We got to bring him in on a Shazam day.
You tell me your best friend's world seem beautiful, but don't be fooled. It's nice work if you can get it. Yeah, what goes on behind closed doors, you don't know. Maybe she cries herself to sleep every night.
Wow.
1988.
I'm out.
Shit, man, y'all.
Hey, man.
I know it.
Y'all killing it.
They white.
They white? Oh, that really
Those are great
does-
lyrics, though.
Yeah.
Shit. You got it, Steve? Who is it?
Hall and Oates.
Hall and Oates, man.
Everything your heart desires.
That's a dope
What
song.
song?
Everything your
Heart Desires. You know the song? You know it.
I get, man, I'm supposed to be better than that.
He gonna go home and one of the Steves gonna be mad at the other Steve.
I'm supposed to be better than that, man.
And what's the song called again?
Man,
What's the song called again?
ridiculous.
Desires.
Everything your heart desires.
Everything your heart desires.
That's a whole lot. Man, a hell of a long time. And I'm a Hall and Oates fan too.
Yeah, big time.
Those are great fucking lyrics, though. Shit.
Yeah, the lyrics are great, man.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when you're writing, your process of writing, are you going through something? Do you wake up? I mean, I know everybody's different on how they may come up with a hit or not come up with a hit.
Right there. Oh, no, that ain't it.
I usually do the music first. You know, I come up with something melodic, something really melodic on the keyboard, and then from there it'll come to you. You know, it's that plug-in thing that I didn't get to talk about yet, but it's plugging into your source. It's waiting on information to come, and you know it's coming.
Mm-hmm.
Turn me on, Nick.
You know, it's like the light knowledge that I was telling you about that you're plugged into naturally when you know that you have talent.
Oh, duh, Speedy. That can't be it. That's I can't go for that.
I can't go for that.
Hold on. There we go. Oh, this one.
Sound like ZZ Top.
Yeah, it does right there.
Billy Joel is what it sounds like, because I was thinking more like Billy Joel.
You don't remember this?
I just want to hear that part of the lyrics.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you make a my dreams
come true.
But then he says, you don't know what she's going through because at night she cries
Yeah,
herself.
behind closed doors, she could cry herself to sleep.
Because
Don't be wishing to be in somebody else's shoes. Damn. Appreciate what you got. That's esoteric.
So your writing process is always different. It's never like, okay, you don't sit down and go, okay, I need to write a song.
Well, it depends. If I'm working on a project, like for instance, I'm getting ready to work with Donnell Jones.
Oh wow.
My mind is I turn on a focus. I already know the cloth that he's cut from. So whatever new young fresh artist that puts me even in the closest thought process where I could say, oh, that's some new Donnell Jones. That's where I'm going.
Okay.
As far as melodically.
So who are you digging right now as the new artist? Who are you listening to?
I like Jacquees a whole lot. I think he's like a new Donnell Jones. Eric Bellinger. I like the other guy a whole lot. I always have a problem with his name. He was on Rihanna, and he was on that song with Rihanna and DJ Khaled.
Y'all know?
What's the young
Nick?
writer? He was on that.
Who was on the song with DJ Khaled and Rihanna?
What's that guy's name? I can't think of it.
Bryson Tiller.
Bryson Tiller. Bryson Tiller's he's the top of that list.
Okay. So do you listen to their songs to
Yes.
feel that whatever the energy
Yes,
is?
I listen to where they're coming melodically because they're in right now.
Okay.
They're the hot shit right now. So I want to know what that hotness is because I come from the OJs and Heat Wave and I come from a different era. So melodically I pull from back, like with Take You Down that I did for Chris Brown. I went directly to Ready for the World because the first thing I thought was like, okay, he's at that age. And I remember how Ready for the World had all the girls when I was at this age. So I went right to Ready for the World, and that's how I came up with the Here We Are, All Alone in This Room. That's like some Melvin Riley, my version.
So I had a chance to meet Renee from Renee and Angela.
Oh, yes.
So, and I didn't know he had made a whole lot of money producing with Michael.
Yes, a lot. I know Renee.
So for you, was there artists that you were able to connect with where it was like just behind the scenes, it was like beautiful?
A few. But I never locked in with anybody where I made millions of dollars with. I made my money and my residual income based on the quantity of work that I did when I was
catalog.
Yes,
Okay.
man. I've sold a few 100 million records. Just being a part of the underdogs. I mean, we worked on everybody. We had a good 14-year run.
Damn.
So we worked on everybody a few times. Like I worked on the first 3 Chris Brown albums. I got my first Grammy with Chris Brown. With my second Grammy with Jennifer Hudson. I mean, I connect with pretty much everybody. but never a Quincy Michael situation where it just developed into this thing. I didn't get that opportunity. Being a part of a crew, you just get in where you fit in. And
so how do you know when to chime in if you have that? How many guys all together?
it was 4 or 5 of us writing at all times. Sometimes I would get away with having somebody come in my room, like Tank could come in and help me get something, and it's the shit, and I get a placement, and it's just luckily 2 of us on it.
Okay.
For the most part, it was 3, 4 guys getting publishing on the songs.
That's dope. Man,
And when we wrote, the one thing about my writing experience that was amazing with the underdogs, Harvey and Damon and Tank and Tony and Eric Dawkins, when we sat down, we all were egoless. But the ego
Even
assisted
Tank?
the ego assisted
Shout out to the boy.
the ego assisted each one of us where we needed assistance in making this hit record.
Okay.
We had it in place when it came to our creativity. When we opened our laptop, it was like we were in the Enterprise. You say something and you're all excited about it. If it doesn't excite us, we're not going to hate because you get a selling moment.
Okay.
So we'll let you do your selling moment, but after you do your selling moment and it doesn't sell, we move on. Like Tank sing his ass off, so when he writes something, he's going to sing the shit out of it. Eric Dawkins the same way. They sell that shit singing it, and it sounds so good, but if it doesn't knock everybody out, we move on.
Okay.
And nobody was harping over that line like, man, y'all tripping.
That was the one.
It was never, ever, ever. I can't tell you one time now. There were times where we fought for something. Like if I believed in something and y'all just don't understand, I'm gonna stick to it until something in you clicks where you come with a version of what I'm saying, and I'm like, there we go.
Okay.
That's the magic.
Now, for our fans, what's a song or a song that we may or may not know that you was a part of?
I'll name a few. No Air from Jordan Sparks and Chris Brown is one of my biggest songs.
That was a dope song. I love that song.
Take You Down, Chris Brown. A song called Free Run by Chris Brown. A song called Up to You by Chris Brown. People probably don't know. Charlie Wilson, Just Can't Live Without You.
Oh,
Wow.
B2K, Gots to Be. Or B2K, That's Why I Love You.
Shout out to Chris Stokes.
Shout out to Chris Stokes. What's the big Ruben Studdard?
Oh, first album?
Second album, Why You Want to Change Me.
What do you think? What's going on with Ruben? Because people love him. He obviously won Idol.
Yeah.
He can sing his ass off.
Yeah.
Why is it that all of a sudden people are finding it hard to connect with him on these newer songs?
It's the songs.
It's a song.
Most people don't write their own hits.
Okay.
You have people who write hits. It's like people who manufacture Tony the Tiger. There's people who draw him excellent. You get somebody else come in the box, your fans might go past that box and say, that's not the real Tony. That's not him. I know the way his ear is shaped, the way his teeth is shaped.
Right.
That's not the original Tony the Tiger. And consumers are like that. Songs have to touch a heartstring for people to love them. In Ruben's case, he's not just a boom where it's just all about the bass.
Right.
So he has to have songs that touch a certain heartstring, and whoever's writing for him. And a lot of times it could be a case of lack of promotion.
I would say, or they don't want to pay that hot producer to give it to them. And,
But being a behind the scene guy, I know that it's like being a chef. You go to a certain chef when you want a certain kind of food.
Yeah.
And being a chef, musically, I understand that the average person that cooks food can't cook the same way I cook food.
Yeah.
No matter
Makes
how
sense.
good their food tastes, the way I deliver my song, the way I deliver my melodies, and the way I say what I'm trying to say in the song is what makes the difference between me and the next person.
Okay.
In the building, just in case you're tuning in. Who's in the house?
Stephen Russell Hartz, lead singer of Troop.
Who's in the house?
Nikki Pam.
Why
Oh.
here?
Before
ahead.
I knew we were about to take a break, but they want to know how you met Demetrius Shipp Jr.
I met Demetrius Shipp Jr. Working on the third Troop album, Deepa, which I was almost the executive producer of. I produced 95% of. And we were managed by Louis Burrell at this time. So we had just got us over $1 million from Atlantic in a settlement. So I was in the studio the entire time. This is when y'all was doing a lot of balling. And Louis mentioned this young producer to me, like, man, I got this kid that's in Teddy Riley's camp. You might want to hear some of his music. So Mike Conception was his manager, and I guess they were on the phone, and they played some tracks over the phone. And he had that New Jack Swingers, but it had a little West Coast thing to it,
shit.
you know? Yeah. And I was like, man, he bad, you know? And for me, I wanted to become a great producer, so I know surrounding myself by good producers makes you a Quincy Jones, Dr. Dre type guy. So that's how we connected, and I think he produced 3 songs. He ended up with 3 songs on the Deeper album, and then I got with him after he left Teddy's camp and we left Atlantic. I got with him and produced the 4th Troop album, Little Something Something, and he co-produced that whole. We co-produced the whole thing together.
Now we'd love to have you for the whole next hour. I know you probably got shit to do. And this shit is incredible. One question I do want to ask, like, you ever get a chance to talk to Fox, really like talk to him about music, and he would take his music in and play it, and the motherfucker would be like, and like the second note, the guy hit it and go, okay, so we got it. We gonna now, have you ever had people come, give you shit,
Nigga, this shit dope. Check it out.
and you go, what do you just say, nah, it ain't cool? How do you let them down? Give me the Steve, I just played your song, it wasn't hot, let me down easy.
Well, man, I come from a group, man.
you
Rodney,
think of my song,
your boy
dog?
Rodney,
Yeah.
is the silliest person on the planet. So through the years of us going through that, I've had a lot of practice with him because he can't hold it.
Okay.
He's gonna laugh in your face. He can't hold it. So I don't like doing that to people. It makes me feel weird to not give a good response.
So we're gonna do it.
Encouraging.
You just heard my song.
Okay.
I just played it for you. Hey, so what do you think, dog?
I'm gonna say I like where you're going with it.
Cool.
I think you should spend more time on your production. Like right now, it just sounds like somebody who you wrote the music, but you haven't produced it yet. Like I think.
So you want it, right?
No, it doesn't fit anything that I'm working on right now.
I was thinking of Troop when I thought of this, and I
Yeah, no, but you can go back and mess with it some more, and then bring it back, and I'll let the guys hear it. You know.
So you don't want it now?
Nah, I can't mess with it right now. Yeah.
Want me to leave it?
So you know what we say.
Nah.
Go and give you information.
I'm gonna turn this over to my manager.
Go and give you information.
Yeah, tell everybody how to get the music, how they can follow you, the whole nine, man. Just give them the information.
Okay, you can follow me on Instagram at Stephen Russell Harts. That's my normal music, normal life page. You can follow me on Steven_speaks. That's more of my right knowledge page. And my latest album I just released is called Swept Away, and that's Stephen Russell Hart, of course. Stephen Russell Hart's, and the first single off of that is I Don't Give a Damn.
That on a t-shirt.
Yeah.
I don't give a damn. Right.
And that's where you can follow me. And you can see me every Wednesday. You can follow me every Wednesday.
Yes.
Download the Dash app, and you can see me and Michelet, my co-host of The Heart of R&B, every Wednesday night from 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. every Wednesday PST. And
It's dope, too. If you get a chance, please listen, watch the show. I like that you play the music underneath. I thought that was dope as hell.
Okay.
Remember, Tevin didn't want to hear his music because he would put the headphones on.
That was
Put on the
an
headphones.
interesting interview.
Yeah.
Because he just didn't seem like we know he's talented. He just didn't seem happy, maybe with his soul. I
think
know.
the industry beat him down.
I was just gonna
It was
say,
interesting. I was
his
like,
mic-
"Ooh,
his-
I'm really." Mike, his mic drop. I was like, "Oh my God, I feel like I'm really uncomfortable here."
Well, I think, because the music business has put a foot in my ass as well, and light knowledge,
Yeah.
it's totally unconditional before judgment.
right.
You automatically get that whatever part of the journey that he's on, he's working towards being at a happy place,
Yeah.
whether
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
with music or without, because music is a bully.
Yeah.
The music industry will have you thinking you ain't shit because you don't have a hit, and it's just not true, man.
Yeah.
The music business will make you think that you're less than because people don't recognize you in the fucking mall.
Yeah.
If that's what
Right.
you're used to. And him
Right.
being a child star,
Yeah.
me being a child star, you get in your 30s and your mid-20s and people don't know who you are. If your ego is in control, that's going to bother you.
Yeah.
You get to drinking and trying to medicate, become alcoholic, suicidal. You know, the
Yeah.
music business is a bully.
Yeah.
And I stopped the bullying. I put it to the side and allowed myself to live, man.
And me and Pam were talking about this the other day because we would love for him to come. I think he's going to come. And it just, I felt it. I felt
Yeah,
like the
I
business
was
had
like-
beat him down.
Yeah.
It does you
Yeah.
Grown folks had beat him down. And,
Yes.
and I think he still was able to look at people and go, you saw them taking advantage of me and you didn't do anything. You jumped on their side and rode with them. And now I know, and the cover's been taken off, so I see everything, and I
Ass
see
is
how
showing.
I was treated, and but I'm always gonna be a fan of his. I'm always major fan, man, major fan.
Well, I appreciate it, man.
I'm a troop dude to the wheels. I'm gonna keep my jacket. I was gonna sell it.
You've
on
you've
eBay.
never changed, man. You've always
Yeah, man. Every time I see you, I was like, can I get the band, please?
yeah, you never changed, man.
So
You
I
stay
would
the
love,
same.
man, if you come to the show. I'm doing this big one man show.
Oh,
I know
yeah.
you're probably busy, but
Oh, I
if you
didn't talk about
can,
the whole show.
it's not that far from you. It's in Burbank,
Oh, okay.
and
What's the
man,
date?
August 30th.
It's a Thursday.
Thursday
I'll
night.
be in town then.
It's
Okay,
Thursday
yeah.
night. So I made sure. It's
Well,
make
yeah,
sure
just
you're
make
taken
sure you
care
hit me. You know,
Yeah,
as you know, I'm slow.
Yeah.
Steve, it's this weekend, dog.
Yeah.
Which Steve you want me to hit? The pop locking Steve?
hit the pop lock stage.
Hey man, thank you so very much for hanging out with us. We still got another hour. Don't move.
Thank you, man.
Thank you so very much. And we're gonna go out, at least have you go out doing it all back in the day. It is the Rollout Show right here at rolloutstudios.com. It's your boy Speed Doggy Dog. The funniest motherfucker ever gonna meet. Why?
Because you're never going to meet Jamie Foxx.
But you can come check me out at
The Colony Theater.
with my new stand-up comedy show called
Oh, what is it?
God damn
What?
Pamela.
Oh, you mean... My bad. This ain't my
rehearsed it
thing,
every
yo.
night.
That ain't my thing, yo.
We just rehearsed this shit.
Did you just drop your hydraulics?
Yeah.
That ain't my thing, yo.
In the house we got.
Nikki Pam.
In the house we got. Behind the glass curtain. What'd you do last week?
Shalom to the
Oh,
people.
yeah. Wow, that's a close up. You don't want that close up on your pimp.
I need it right there.
that look good.
A lot of big face.
Let them see it though. It's all good.
They were like, ooh, I like when
all
Nick
good.
talks. I think Nakia said that, or Kim Nakia, one of them two.
Shouts out to Nakia.
Really, Nick?
He got fans, Speedy. You mad?
Impossible.
Yeah, he does have fans.
They don't even know his real name.
Well, that too.
Go by 35 different names.
I can say the same thing for you.
Oh, wow.
No, I can just Donald Conway.
That ain't your
It's
name.
All right.
And Speedy. Funniest motherfucker you ever gonna
Pretty
meet. M-E-A-T.
Speaking of, the big comedy show is going
Yes.
down, man. Y'all got to get there. Start getting your tickets. The month is going to roll by. This is the August 2nd.
Yeah, no, it's gonna come really fast.
29 days from today, or 28 days from today. We're doing this big show in Burbank. Theater's super nice, super
Colony Theater.
Yeah, super dope.
It's gonna be dope. Reserve your tickets now. And see, here's the thing: I haven't even really done a real promotion because I'm trying to give the fans and our
First
close
dibs.
friends and whoever else, first dibs at the
And
tickets.
for the
'Cause
fans,
it's not. I mean, it's big. I mean, it seats 250-ish
Yeah.
or whatever it is, and and then probably 100 of that's gonna be our friends and family. So I'm just saying it's probably about 100.
and for our fans that listen to the show on a regular basis, like we're part of your DNA,
Mm-hmm.
Pam has drink tickets for you,
Yes, and then
which who's
also,
unheard of to get in free and get a drink ticket.
I think it's T. Cherie in the chat room. She was talking about whoever came, she wanted to do kind of like a rollout meet and greet or whatever
That would be
here
dope.
Friday night since the show is Thursday night. So I don't know who plans on coming to town, but you guys talk to Nakia. I think it's not Nakia. I think it's either T. Cherie.
Meet
that
before or after the show.
after, maybe the next day,
Okay,
we all
gotcha.
could come here. We got drinks and stuff, and
Oh,
we
yeah.
all can just
You just
kind of
hang
hang
out.
out. Maybe we'll do a show that day, and everybody can just kind of
Yeah,
kick it
make
with
your
us
ticket
and-
to leave Saturday if you actually
yeah,
come to.
so we'll just hang out or whatever. So she was talking about that. T-Cherie, are you in the chat room? Can you just verify it was you? Michelle called me about that last night, and I said, that's a great, fabulous idea. So I know some people are coming to town, so it'd be dope if you guys just came and hang out with us on Friday. We'll do a show maybe earlier in the day or something. It doesn't have to be
Or we just
nighttime
hang
show.
out and they can hang out for the
What? What's happening
Freaky Friday.
Yeah, that's true too, and we'll have.
I'd still do the Freaky Friday.
Yeah, or we could just maybe do it a little earlier or something. And we'll just all hang out here at the studio, you guys. It'll be fun.
Get Javon to come through, which he'll probably definitely come through. But hey, man, I'd love to see all the fans come and just say, man, I'm so and so. It's one thing to see you guys, the names in the chat room, but then you can attach a picture or the person to that name from this point on would be definitely dope. But hey, again, we're not charging because I just don't want to. I want it to be.
And we could have.
Yeah, we could have. But hey, man. Sometimes you just got to give back, and this is one of those things where we don't need to get the money from the door to make the show happen.
No, it is going to be taped, yes, for Netflix or whatever. But you probably won't see that for a while. But we're definitely going to tape it, and it's going to be off the chain.
And shout out to Dawkins.
Yes.
I wonder if the Dawkins that he was talking about.
When he said somebody Dawkins, and I looked, and I wanted to say, I started to ask him, but then I think
that is.
I'm scared of Freaky Friday.
Javon's foot in the music business because his family
is deep, and actually sports too.
Yeah.
What do you say, Daryl Dawkins?
His cousin, yeah.
Cousin, and he got a lot going on. And he relieves the Speedy's dream, and they want to know. I mean, what kind of stuff are you planning on talking about? Don't give them everything, but maybe a couple of things you plan on talking about in this show. I think
what you're going to get from this show is going to be unlike any other stand-up comedy show you've
different.
seen. There's different elements. We have a live band, which when you have a band, they do their thing and they get up and leave. No, they're going to be pretty much part of the DNA of the show throughout the show. I'm going to open up. Talk about my mom who has Alzheimer's, and because I don't look at it like that's a bad thing. That's just something. My mom is still here. She may not know me as her son, but she's still here, so it's okay with me. And sometimes you take something that people look at as fucked up and you turn.
You gotta make it funny.
You gotta take it another way because. I know a lot of people deal with that with their parents, and they're more frustrated because the parent don't, and it has nothing to do with them. They don't.
No,
it's
a disease.
Yeah,
it's something they can't
and it's
control.
taking over them, and you just now we work from the point of now. So when she would come by, and she would sit there and we watch TV. I'm talking about Pam. The whole night she go, so. And who are you again? I said, mine's me, Speedy, your older son. Okay. How do I know you, my son?
Right.
I said, Mom, we got pictures. This ain't so okay, cool. And then
5 minutes later, ask you the same question.
So again, who are you again? and the kids, they don't know. They come down. Hey, grandmother. Hey, how you know? Who is this little bitch? Is she with you? Is this little bitch with you? Okay, cool. All right. Tell her don't hug me that hard. Now, I'm your grandmother. I'm not her grandmother. Don't tell her I'm your grandmother. I was like, okay.
Yes, it's a trip. Yeah.
But we have, especially when I took out to dinner. Oh my God.
Are you going to talk about your kids? Do you have your kids in your act? I don't remember.
Well, I have a small portion of them in my act.
You got to talk about Nick. Nick is the funniest kid to me. I mean, that's your kid, you're a grown man, but you know.
Thank you, Nikki Pam.
You know what I mean? I mean, just the fact that he doesn't want your last name, that's fucking hysterical. You got to throw that in.
Y'all don't understand. That fucks with me.
It really,
Because
go put your head on his bosom.
You have to understand, for a man, for you to continue in this world,
you need him. Yeah.
Well,
you got a couple more.
Justin came through.
Yeah, twice.
Jay Breezy
once.
won. Jay Breezy
and Donald came through.
And she's a girl,
she's a
so
girl,
she can
so that
always
didn't count, yeah.
change her name. And I love her so much. She's coming over this weekend. So,
who Donald's kid?
Yeah. So as a dad, you want that name to continue on and know that.
But that's not your name. I keep trying to tell you. I was going to call you boy. I forgot you was my father. So it's not your name, boy.
Glass curtain, boy.
It's not your name.
Anyway, I would want that name, that thing to continue through, but he don't want it to go through. So I need a Honda.
Yeah, we're going to go with Israel from here on out. You feel me?
Nah, that's the city.
Nah, actually, it's not.
Somewhere in Jerusalem, right?
It was named after a person. It's a name that has a meaning. That's what I'm saying. Like Caldwell doesn't have it only has slave history
behind it. That's a slave name,
it.
Speedy.
No, I'm just saying the history behind the name.
Baker.
And Baker, right?
For sure mine is.
Right. It's only a negative meaning behind this. What I'm saying. The name Israel, it means a prince who has power with God. Meaning if you're following the rules of God, you have power in this world. That's what that name means. So that's why, you know what I'm saying? I'm rock with that. I ain't gonna rock with Caldwell. That just means I was a slave somewhere. You feel me? I'm good.
You ain't no slave?
That's why I changed my name. I can't say I'm not a slave and still call myself I'm a slave name. That makes no sense.
Let's leave this alone.
I'm just
Well,
saying. I'm trying to get you some game, Pop.
Well,
That's it.
Nick, Freddie Two-Piece said you're going to have an autograph signing in the back of the mosque. So get your tickets now. Come out.
Okay, well, that's a Muslim thing. And for the last time, I have nothing to do with the Muslims.
Now there.
So get it together, Freddie Two-Piece. Okay?
He has a backpack. They have a satchel.
Get it together.
That's funny.
The Quran goes in the satchel.
Nigga, last night. So last night, me and Speedy went to
Public school.
A public school. That's the name of the
restaurant,
restaurant in the Valley. That's Sherman Oaks, I think. Yeah, and for Jamie's sister's birthday party.
Yeah.
And nigga, let me tell you something. It is such an honor to be around you, TDP, and Johnny Mac. That's really all I need.
Jokes for days.
When I tell you they lit Dave Brown up, it was
Dave
he had a V-neck on.
He showed up with a backpack.
Backpack.
They said, "What's in your backpack?" I said, "Another dude."
And then what generation said about a midget? Something.
Nigga, we did a run.
Oh
man.
my God, it was funny.
But just hanging out and just clowning, I needed that. That was good. That was a good day.
It was
That
a
good
great
night.
night of laughter. I was exhausted when I got home from laughing. You guys are
But
hurt.
I'll talk about Nick. I'm definitely gonna talk about my dad.
Mm-hmm.
My dad.
That's funny. Mm-hmm.
At the time, I didn't know he was hilarious, but when I peel back and go back, again, funniest dude, but he wasn't trying to be funny. He was dead serious. We went to go see The Exorcist.
Mm-hmm.
So my dad didn't do church. If he went to church, he sat in the car while we went in.
Right.
And he listened to the game.
Oh, wow.
He ain't never go in.
He ain't going to goddamn church.
So we went to go to the whole family. I don't know why we went to see The Exorcist. Go see The Exorcist. And we come home, everybody shook. Everybody shook up. My daddy, my mother said, "I guess we need to go and pray." My dad was on his knees. I looked like, "Daddy?"
Well, get your ass down here and pray now. Shit.
Your
gotta
ass
pray.
down here and pray.
Nigga, we all praying. I'm looking at my daddy. I said, "He's praying." I never seen him pray.
Wow.
Never seen him pray. He would, if he did anything, he'd do it to the extreme. So he had dug some holes around the sprinkler so the water can get to the grass because the grass kept blocking the water. So he dug the thing around the sprinkler and then started digging a trench all around the grass
Oh, wow.
and around the trees and in the backyard and then to the neighbor's yard. He had dug trenches all the way across. And I said, "Dad, you got a trench."
Boy, don't tell me shit. Go get a shovel and help me.
Oh, see, that's what you get. That's what you get for
and I'm out
commenting.
there digging trenches. He would come. He would show up to the school in the shorts with the black socks with dress shoes. I said, "Never again.
Wow.
No, I'm never gonna make a
I
bad
heard you
grade."
did that to your kids, though.
No, I ain't sure.
Oh, hilarious.
I always thought I was a cool dad. No, Nick, you didn't think I was a cool dad?
I can see
Oh
it.
yeah, definitely,
Yes.
definitely, yeah.
See, he loves you. He just
Brooklyn,
don't want your name.
Brooklyn Maya. When Brooklyn with his friend, he said, "What?"
I said, he loves you. He just don't want your name. The love
That
is
hurts,
there,
man.
sweetie.
That hurts.
The love is there.
Then I know when the kids come over, they're gonna be wrapped up. You're not gonna be able to hug me.
Like, what happened?
You're not gonna call. They're gonna,
Explosives.
"No, I'm Papa." They're gonna look like little fuses.
Little fuses.
What's your name? I'm Papa Dava. Okay, nigga. Shit.
Yasha Holla Jr.
Yeah. He ain't gonna call me Paw Paw.
No.
Can he call me Paw Paw? Nick.
I don't care about none of that stuff.
Yes,
man.
you do.
Nah, as long
Because
as
you're
it-
gonna brainwash him.
The most important. I hope so. The most important thing is he knows who he is, and not allow the world to tell you who you are. That's it. It's that simple.
So you can you drop him off at the house and I can.
100%. Just not on a Saturday. You feel me?
So sad, man.
What's
Wow.
so sad about that? I'm gonna put the scripture for y'all in the chat
No,
room.
I'm good.
With the scripture for y'all to chat room.
Don't do that.
Nah, they keep making comments about me changing my name. So
Oh, what are they saying? I wasn't looking.
just how it's gonna hurt your feelings and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, it is.
Speedy, if Nick was the kid in Speedy's joke about the porno tape in the yard. No, that was
No,
Donald.
that was Donald.
That was Donald.
That actually happened.
Yeah,
Like,
that was Donald.
I had this little honey with me, and I'm hearing. So I bought a big screen TV. Nigga, I'm balling. I had the big screen TV with the VCR on top of it, and the pictures and trophies and shit like that. That size
the
TV.
big bag.
No, the big
big
screen,
bag.
the big square tall shit.
But I had a one like that, but it had a big back on the back.
Yeah, but they made it so big, you know.
Yeah, you can put stuff on top
Yeah.
of it. Yeah.
So I'm at the door and I'm hearing, give it to me, Daddy, give it to me. I said, what the fuck is going on? So I open the door and Donald had fell asleep on the couch watching porn, watching one of my tapes. I was like, and the little dick was hanging out, and the girl's like, oh my God, his dick is hanging out. I'm like, Donald. He looked up, her daddy, what's happening? Nigga, what the fuck is you doing? Huh? And you hear, give it to me, man. Yeah, Big Daddy, give it to me. I was nigga go in the room, and the girl's like, "Oh my God, it's your son is
horny." Hilarious.
That shit actually happened. These niggas punched holes in my water bed.
Yeah, I know that. That's funny.
They did it all. They literally they so when we get this house, and I guess Donald's probably 13, Nick was 12 or 10, and I
you
know
guys are a year apart, Nick.
Kind of a weird year.
A year and a half to the date. His is November 29th. Mine's is May 28th. I mean, his November 28th. Mine's May 28th.
And so Donald was feeling himself. He's at that 13, and he's getting a little chubby, and he thought he could beat my ass, I guess. And I told him to do something, and he didn't do it. And he was just standing there with the asthma. And I told Nick, I said, tell this motherfucker, I kill him and make another nigga look just like him and give him his name. He better get the fuck out my face.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And did you do it, Nick?
Now say that didn't happen.
That didn't happen.
Yeah, but we already had a plan when we went in the room, though. So
Yeah, I said I will duct tape.
Hilarious.
I'll get you in your sleep. You got to go to sleep.
Hilarious.
Punch you in your forehead. Nigga. It was that. It was, and then when all the girls. Now Justin was the worst when I had bought girls by.
Why?
Because he would just tease them, say shit. It was a young lady I was dating at the time named Brownie, and Justin would not call her Brownie. He called her anything but that. And the girl was getting mad.
He'd call like cupcake.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
She was getting. I said, "Girl, he fine."
Cookie. You know.
So she would get mad.
He was angry. She'd get upset.
Well, she probably thought you was fucking a cookie or a cupcake.
Nah, Justin was pretty masterful at getting under people's skins.
Really?
Yeah, he's pretty good at it.
Knucklehead little kid. And I told you at the mall he passed out. Like he.
Oh yeah. Oh,
he
you were
wanted to go
saying
to the
that how
toy
he
store. That
wanted to go,
motherfucker passed out.
and you just didn't just walk over him or something like
Yeah,
that.
you got to. Can't let them kids win that shit. But Nick, hopefully you don't change your name no time soon.
I already did.
He don't have no money. He'll be at the show.
Yeah.
And I think all
Your kids will be there.
Yeah.
Shit, all of them?
Cheyenne would be.
I mean, no, I'm just saying. God, that's a whole roll right there.
My fam, mostly all my family.
Yeah, mine's
Miracle's
coming.
making sure that everybody's going to be there.
Good. I talked to Jamie's family last night. They said they would be there. His mom, his dad, her, and
and then his mom, she'll wait to the last minute and call me and go, "So you wasn't going to invite me?"
Yeah, I know.
It's like you already knew.
Right.
But your mom does it all the time, Nick. All the time. Why do you keep turning it off?
Because they over there talking.
Nah, we ain't talking. She's been ignoring me all day, so I don't know what that's about.
Who? Cage has been ignoring you?
Yeah, she only said like 2 words to me today. So
What's that about,
She got
Cajun?
headphones. She got headphones on.
What's wrong, Cajun? You okay? Yeah, see,
You don't like Nick today?
like
You're
me
not his
today.
friend?
Oh, she said she does.
Oh, she likes you
I
today.
feel a
Okay.
little better there.
Okay.
Yeah.
You've been ignoring him.
I know. What's up?
They all been ignoring everybody.
Hilarious.
I don't know. Right? Did you guys see the Faith Evans video?
I did. I saw it
What
this
about it?
morning, and it's interesting because Faith and Stevie J, they just got married or whatever, and it's basically them having sex in the video, which I find very interesting. You know what I mean? I'm like, play a
Poor
little bit
Biggie.
of it.
Biggie's
I mean, it
probably
can't be the
crawling
music,
over. He
but I
probably
do like the song.
Turn it over in his grave.
Hold on, we can't play the music. me
I
see.
mean, I might have to edit it out, but but I noticed it had over 1 million views already.
Is the song good?
I like the song.
Turn up, Nick.
Let me see if I can.
Yeah.
Oh, Faith look good.
That's you all day, ain't it?
Oh yeah. When I met her, but I met her at a bad time of her life. She was
Cracked out.
yeah, and she was super thin. And she was with the dude,
Oh, the coke dealer.
the road manager guy, or the guy
Didn't he
who
used
was
to beat her ass or something?
yeah.
Yeah.
So when I met
Allegedly.
her, it wasn't a good
You
look.
guys are the worst.
What? That ain't my fault.
Well, you got to describe stuff. God, he's a stomper out, right?
Pam.
Jeez.
Well, fast forward a little bit.
So Stevie wrote
basically the
I'd
whole
assume
thing.
he
Yeah,
wrote and
the whole
produced it.
time they're wrestling in the bed. Like this is just them in bed. He goes between her legs. And I'm like, wow, Faith and Stevie.
She looked good.
She does look good. And Stevie could sing to me.
Oh, that's him singing?
That's him singing. Stevie could always sing.
I think the new thing now is power couples.
Mm-hmm. But that's the whole video, pretty much. It's just in the
they
bed.
got that's a dope ass ring they got.
Got his little first look. I think Stevie can blow. He's so talented to me.
Kind of sound like Tank a little bit.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah.
Yeah. We got a call?
All right, we got a phone call.
Yeah. Caller, what's your name and where you calling from?
Hey, y'all, this is me. I had a question. Did they get married in California?
I don't know.
I wouldn't think so because she's always in New York. And he's in ATL.
I know that his debt is her debt now.
Yeah.
His debt is her debt.
That's true.
Yeah, I think they figured that out. Hopefully they figured it out before they got married.
Because he's, I don't know how many millions of dollars
it's a couple
behind
mil.
the child support.
It's a couple mil. Maybe she gonna help him. Maybe she a ride or die type chick. You know what I'm saying?
Well, she a fool if she do.
Yeah.
So he's a
But
couple
she
of
knew
mil
this.
behind?
Yeah.
How many
He's
kids is that?
He's in double digits behind in child support.
Yeah. I mean, she knew this.
Like,
I
he
mean,
can't
ain't like
pay
it's
it?
not news.
'Cause
They got married in Vegas.
He got
Thanks
that kind of money,
because-
no?
See, my thing with that is that if you have that kind, you're a producer, you're a mega producer or whatever he's supposed to be, and he got money, and I don't know why the fuck he ain't taking care of his kids.
Well, it has to be the one. It has to be Rich, the back kids. I think that's what it can't be the new one.
No, it's the back.
And then they tag on the new ones with the back that you didn't pay on the back ones. Now she look good. She looks absolutely fantastic.
That's something I kind of don't. I kind of get angry about because if the man has been there with the woman through all of Lamar's classes and everything, and was with her the whole time, and then they decide after he turns 5 or 6, they don't get along no more, and he decides he wants to move on. She wants to hit him for child support. Now he has to pay all the shit he's been paying, but now he has to pay it all over again.
Yeah. And even when they turn 18,
and documentation that he done done it already.
Yeah. And most black men, we don't do that. We just go, I'll come get the kids, I'll buy this. We not thinking, okay, I need to get these receipts. I need to have this shit logged. Because when I go to the court, only understands receipts. They don't understand, no, I was there. Asked her. I came and picked the kids up. We went to the movies and we did this. And,
oh, that's not. They don't consider that. They just consider that spending time. They don't consider that monetary helping. They don't consider that as monetary. I say, look, you got dudes out here who got kids who don't even want their kids.
Yeah.
Just like, what's his name? He had a little daughter. She called the other guy Papa or something, and he's like, I don't have a daughter. And X'd her out of all his social media, had a picture of her scratched out with him and her, and he had her picture scratched out.
Who was this?
Now, that's a petty-ass dude.
Who was this, Vern?
Some athlete.
Oh, wow.
you put 2 T's on that one. So athlete. You gotta take at least 2 T's.
I heard a silent F.
I heard it too. I heard athlete.
Athlete.
But I was going to let it go. But y'all,
But you burning.
I said athlete.
No, you said athlete.
Wow, you have to have perfect diction.
You know you do.
You did, to be an athlete, you do.
You know we don't have it, so somebody got to have it, you know.
You knew when you call in, you should have said, guys that play sports.
Well, I mean, I hope they're actually happy and they're actually in love, and not this isn't something to boost his career or her career.
Well, for her, I think, is I always liked Faith Evans. I always liked her
Faith
music.
Evans didn't need Stevie J to boost her career. She's a legend regardless of him.
She needed his
a legend
hits.
before him, and she'll be a legend after him.
Right.
Okay, I'm with that.
Right.
So I don't know what this. I hope this isn't some type of stunt or something. I just hope it's real.
Yeah, I agree.
Well, if not,
like,
he can
Tony
all.
Braxton don't need Birdman.
Did they get married yet? I can't remember.
I think so.
Did they actually get married? I know they were engaged.
How you go from
Because I hope she know that Birdman swing both ways. I hope she know that.
allegedly?
I think she. I
Ain't
think
no
some
allegedly
women.
to it. You don't kiss another man in the mouth like that.
Ooh.
Well, that's true. I mean, and I think some
And
women.
then you don't.
Okay.
And then this is the part where I kind of figured something was going on anyway.
Tell us about yourself.
You don't hire a hitman to kill a dude over a debt that you know you owe him.
Well, if you don't want to pay him.
Right.
Because they said nobody in that Cash Money situation got paid.
Well, yeah, I mean, he's still talking about that. Lil Wayne is. All right.
All right, Vern.
But D. Haynes has a question for you, Speedy. So they said,
hold on, if you watch ESPN, there's some athletes on there.
Athletes. D. Haynes wants to know, Speedy, although Biggie's dead, ain't that a Derek Fisher situation? Because,
No.
Because he's dead?
No. Well look how...
Because we know he worked with Biggie.
Yeah, he worked with Biggie.
Uh-huh.
But look the time that spanned between now and when Biggie was here.
Right.
That's 96. Biggie died, I think, 96, 97. It's, 20 years? 20 years have passed through.
So to answer your question, D. Haynes, no.
No, I don't think so.
Per Speedy.
Yeah. And I don't think Stevie J was known as Uncle Stevie.
Yeah, probably not.
No.
Probably not.
I mean, those kids were probably young. They were like tiny.
Yeah.
Tiny. So I don't think it is. And
Right.
that's just my opinion. So Stevie J, this nigga didn't fuck the best. He didn't fuck some great ones. Shit. God damn, Stevie. Share the love, dude. I guess when you Stevie J, you can get all that, man.
Hey, man.
Would you hit Steve?
No. Well, because I know things about Stevie with Mimi and, when they had a baby.
He that thug like, well, he ain't thug.
No.
He that rough looking.
He just one of them that dirty dick niggas. I'm cool on that, even though it's a big one. It's still dirty.
The hell?
It is. I'm just saying.
The fuck is wrong with
It's been
you?
on social media. I'm just saying,
So you draw the line at dirty dicks.
Yeah, dirty.
Which
Hey, man.
mean dudes are just fucking everybody for no reason. You just fuck
just
her.
this any and everything.
Right.
I'm cool. Yeah.
I think we call
And
women
Birdman
like that.
and Tony
Hoes.
Braxton, they said that they did actually get married. So,
How you go from mint condition to Birdman?
Carrie.
Damn.
I know, right?
And who knew she was great?
I knew Carrie as a kid. He was hung out with us in Minneapolis like all the time. He'd always be around. A great musician.
And they had how many kids? Just one?
2, Denham and somebody. I forgot the other one's name, but yeah.
Go ahead, Nick. We got a phone call.
Caller, what's your name and where you calling from?
Terrell from Chicago.
Hey, Terrell.
Hey, Terrell, do you even know who Vernon is?
Hell no.
Hell no.
Keep thinking y'all the same people. But go ahead.
No, I just want to know with this Me Too movement, are people just getting a little too crazy? Because with the Ohio State situation, they kind of acting like the dude, Urban Meyer, is the one that hit the woman, and they've been doing is putting his picture up, but
Well, I don't think that's what it is.
I ain't even seen the dude that actually hit the woman.
Okay,
I'm confused about that.
Okay, so here's what it is.
And then, excuse me, with the LaShawn McCoy thing, she put that picture out, and then find out that he didn't have nothing to do with it, and everybody acting like his career supposed to be over with, because these people, they just getting out of control with it.
Now, Nick, pull up the Ohio State thing. So here's what I think it is. Thank you for the phone call. Is that one of his assistant coaches, the receiver coach, beat his wife up.
Okay.
The wife tells the head coach's wife, hey, so-and-so put his hands on me. The coach says, I didn't know anything about it. But the wife of the young lady who got beat up, the wife said, no, I told your wife this happened, and you didn't do anything about it. She's saying he didn't fire the coach. He didn't get rid of him. He kept coaching.
Yeah.
Even though
it wasn't his business, technically.
Well, yeah, but even though, but the way society is now is that no, if I'm a head coach
weird.
and I learned that my coach beat his wife up, he has to go. Just because the optics of how it's going to look. So he didn't release him. He kept on coaching. And so the wife got her story out that, hey, my man knew it because I told his wife that this happened. He had to known it. They were husband and wife. You have to believe they talked.
I have a question.
Yes.
Did the wife stay with the guy?
That part I don't know. I just know she told, when it happened, she told the head coach's wife, and that's what her story is. I told him, but the guy still worked there. You still let him work there, even though you knew he put his hands on him.
Okay, so that's why the coach got fired, because he let the dude still work there.
Well, he hasn't gotten fired. He got
he got,
paid leave.
Yeah, paid leave.
And what that means is if he goes sit down, just be quiet, the story dies down, and then we'll bring you back. But people are like, well, if you knew that he had beat his wife up, why did you still let him come back to Fort Worth with these young, impressionable kids? So that's where we are as a society, which was where we should be.
So do you think you guys should be fired by something that happens in your personal life?
Yes.
I think that if you have a morals clause or something like that, yes. I think it depends on the type of job you have, for sure.
And he's working with impressionable
With
kids.
and sometimes you have a morals
And
clause.
you're the coach, and the kid's going to find out that you did this. And if you think about it like this, Nick, or who's listening, if he beats his wife up and nothing is done to him, when they're in those positions, they're going to do the same because they go, well, I seen it. It's not going to happen to me. And you shouldn't put your hands on anybody, let alone a woman. And any dude that does that, you ain't shit. It's just that's what it is. And then you're on this team, this football team who's making revenue money from all people around the country. And, you know, there's women who are dealing with being beat up and a battered wife and all that stuff. And they feel like there's nobody there to help them out. And here's a situation where the woman confided in another woman who I would assume by telling her that, she's like, hey, your coach beat me up. Can y'all help me? He should have fired him.
I think that there's other protocol that she should have taken, and I don't think it has anything to do with who your boss is, you know.
I think that may have been, and again, we don't know the situation to that deep, but that could have been, maybe they were good friends before that, and she's thinking, here's someone I can tell.
No, what I'm saying
that
is,
can help me.
What is Urban Meyer going to do? He ain't going to show up to the house and fight the guy.
No, you fire him.
No, what I'm saying is, the protocol that should have been taken is the woman should have told the police.
Yeah.
Now, if the police call,
she may have. I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. If the police calls Ohio State and reports about that coach, and then the coach knows about it, that's a whole nother story because that has to do with the school.
I agree.
But if the wife and her husband gets into a situation, that ain't nobody's business. You know what I'm saying? Regardless if she's telling her friend, she might have just been telling the woman because they're friends.
But Speedy, if he and then too, if he had fired him like PGF is saying, and it's not true, then the school gets sued. I mean, you don't have no way of fact checking unless you have pictures.
But we live in yeah, you're right.
You know,
and he's absolutely right.
Yeah, you're right. PG.
Here's the bad part about our society and what we've created with social media, with TMZ, with everything. The minute anything happens, it goes 100 miles per hour.
Right now.
Nobody stops it. Nobody stops to look and says those things you guys are saying. And then we go 100 miles an hour and we get to the end and go, oh, this didn't happen. Oh, that's not how that happened.
Kind of like the
and then now it walks back. It doesn't go back 100 miles. You don't get your life back. He was talking about McCoy and how everybody the original way I got that story was that he beat her up. Then I find out somebody broke into the house and beat her up. Then they were like, well, maybe he told the people who broke into the house to go beat her up because they were dealing with whatever they were dealing with. Then you come find out he had nothing to do with it. But in the beginning of the story, when this story came out, they were saying that the Pittsburgh Steelers should let him go. He should never play football. It's a stain on your thing. And just imagine if they would have did that.
Right.
And now you find out he had zero to do with it. But you didn't already got rid of him. So our society is not set up anymore for us to go, okay, everybody calm down. Let's get to the facts. Let's find out what's going on. Because you're right, Nick. I think for Urban Meyer, he's probably going to say the same thing. Like, I mean, my wife may have
had that
told
conversation,
me. But what do you want me to do? There's a certain things we have to go through. So did you look up the story now?
Yeah, it's saying the same thing that we were talking about.
Yeah,
they're not giving out too many details about the particular.
But that is what it is. That
right.
The wife told the other wife, and they felt like Urban should have let the dude go.
They said Buffalo Bills, not Steelers. Is it
the Bills? I'm sorry, not Steelers. It's the Buffalo Bills. Sorry, thank y'all. But don't ever correct me. Yeah, it just even when this shit happened with Fox.
I was gonna say
it was 100 miles an hour,
but that wasn't even like
and TMZ.
But they wanted to make it a rape case, and it really was nothing, nowhere
it wasn't
near.
No Me Too. It was
like
nothing.
They tried it because he was hiding, had a lot of stuff going on.
Called me that night and said, "Bruh, TMZ gave me a heads up. They about to run this story." I was like, "What story?" And then he was like, in his mind, it's like because you got to look at it. It's TMZ.
Mm-hmm.
So you're thinking the worst.
They give you about 40, 45 minutes to get your shit together.
Well, they gave him 24 hours.
Was it 24 hours? Oh, they told him. Oh, okay, I thought it usually.
They called him Thursday night and said Friday, 48 hours. So he called him Thursday night, told him they're going to run the story either Friday morning, Friday
Saturday.
night.
It was
actually
because you
came out
called me,
Saturday.
and I found it.
It dropped after 12 o'clock Friday night.
Yeah.
So it was really Saturday morning.
Yeah, you're right. It was midnight after Friday night.
And it took off. Again,
because it's Jamie Foxx.
Yeah, and we live
And
in
they
a
wanted to find
society
something.
where every news story, no matter whether you right or wrong, it goes 100 miles an hour. And one thing about Trump that he found out, this is how I can tie it all together, is that you just say it. And news people are like the person in the room with the shiny penny. You throw the shiny penny, everybody looks. What is that? Oh, it's a penny. But by the time you get there and find out it's just a penny, some other shit then went on over here. And that's all he does. He's found out with news stories. You just say something, everybody take off with that story, and I'm going to creep over here and do something else that you're not paying attention to. And these stories go 100 miles an hour. Urban Meyer, hey, man, at the end of the day, just got to go sit down. And that's what he's got to go do. He's got to go sit down.
Yeah. I mean, I do err on the caution of I do try to believe the women first, but like you said, each situation is
Has to be looked at.
It has to be looked at. It really does.
And it used to get looked at before it got to 100 miles an hour.
Yeah.
It only got to
nowadays.
100 once they found out, okay, this is true. Go ahead, take the story and run with it. He's in trouble. Boom. So, and then the other side of that is when the football player hits the girlfriend in the
Yeah, that whole thing. We had that on video. It was awful.
Well, we didn't know the video was out.
But
at
I mean, when
first,
we saw
when the story came out.
Yeah, when the story came out, I just felt like he didn't get the wrath of what, say, Weinstein or whoever. I just felt like because it was a black girl, maybe.
Yeah, but she ended up staying with him though.
That's true. She
So,
did
I
take
mean,
him back.
like
So
I'm
she
saying.
made it. Yeah.
And that's why
try to act
I
like it
just
wasn't a big deal.
don't think you get into people's relationships and then you go,
Yeah,
well, I
Charlamagne
think
did.
your friend ain't shit or your husband ain't shit, and then they stay together and you're like, I just told you,
Right.
what shit. So you just gotta leave that shit off.
That's
It is
true.
what it is. So yesterday, Carmelo signed with the Houston Rockets. So he is a Houston. I wonder when they're gonna do his. I think that's a good team. Who's on the squad now, Nick?
They picked up James Ennis.
James Ennis.
Yeah. Remember he signed with San Antonio a couple years ago?
Oh, he nice. Yeah.
You know what's crazy about James Ennis? You know he paid $150. This is for all you so-called basketball players out there that have a dream. So he paid $150 to go to the Vegas Summer League tryout, which anybody in the world can do. Okay, so if you think you can play basketball, you go pay $150 for a tryout, and if you make the team, then you play with the big boys. So he paid $150. He made the team, and now I think he decided a $15 million contract.
Wow.
Yeah, so believe in yourself, aim for it. So now he just signed another deal with the
Rockets. So
I think that's a good pickup.
So pull up their lineup. So they got. So that starting lineup is going to be.
But is Melo at his?
I don't know why everybody keep acting like he can't get buckets.
Yeah, I don't know.
In this league, you don't really have to. If you at his level, you ain't got a deal. You know who has to play defense? These young niggas trying to get on the court. They got to learn to play D.
And I think everybody's a prisoner of the moment. Like we looking at LeBron James, thinking that that's normal for somebody to do everything on the basketball court, and it's not. You know,
usually everybody, someone's a specialist at whatever they are.
They picked up Michael Carter Williams. Is that his name?
Oh, the point guard. He can't just seem to stay nowhere. Rookie of the year.
Yeah, they picked up him.
Okay, so you know what that's for? Insurance on Chris Paul, because Chris can't play no whole season. He just don't.
Right.
So that's your insurance. So you need.
And I figure if they play in the Warriors have Sean Livingston.
Yeah.
They're about the same height.
Yeah.
I think he's like 6'6".
So they got. So what's the lineup?
They picked up Markel Brown. You probably don't remember who he is. I forgot who. I think he played for the Oklahoma last year.
Okay.
They re-signed Joe Green.
That's nice. Shout out to Joe.
They re-signed R.J. Hunter. He's actually, I think, the coach's son from the college he went to. Shooter, 3-point shooter.
Oh, him.
Yeah. Pretty nice.
Yeah. From light skinned brother.
Yeah.
He got a
Pretty
nice jumper.
Who else did they bring back? And they brought back P.J. Tucker, of course.
Yeah.
And Nene. They brought Nene back too.
Which is weird.
Yeah. And Joe. And what's my man's name? Eric Gordon, which I think was great.
I like Eric Gordon. Damn, he couldn't make a jumper in that game. That nigga was off that game. So who's the starting lineup?
They should have a squad, man.
Starting lineup is Chris Paul.
We got Chris Paul. We got Melo, James Harden. And I think they're going to start.
Nice little starting lineup though.
See, that's the thing. And they got Ryan Anderson too, and
Jim.
Clint Capella. So Clint Capella is obviously the 5. So the 4 is kind of up for grabs right now.
So Melo is the small forward. Who's the power forward?
They have Tariq Black. Remember, he used to play for or Turek. I think that's how you say his name.
Yeah.
Tariq Black. And
Played
they
for
have
the Lakers.
Ryan Anderson, and they got PJ Tucker. I like PJ Tucker, even though he a little dude. He's only like 6'4", 6'5", but PJ Tucker's nice.
The West gonna be problems. It's gonna be
man.
hard to come out the West. Not, maybe not for Golden State, but it's gonna be hard to come out the West.
I think 2019, the New York Knicks are gonna be tight.
Wow, that's a hell of a prediction.
Yeah,
I think
know. I'm
2019.
kinda like, huh?
Listen, they just got a new coach. All the major market teams have been kind of stepping up and getting big time players. You know, Boston, Philly, the Lakers now. New York is the only team that hasn't, got one of these big stars, and they're gonna have the most cap room, I think, in 2019 coming up. And you got Kyrie out there. You got what's your boy? He used to play Chicago at Minnesota now.
Who?
Jimmy Butler.
Oh.
So the word is Jimmy Butler and Kyrie are going to New York.
Oh, okay.
No way.
Yeah. What's my man name? Dante Jones, is that his name?
Yeah.
Dante Jones did a podcast, and he said on the podcast he was the first person to come out and say that LeBron was coming to LA. He knew that way
They
ahead of
daddy
time.
told me that, but
Yeah, so no, but to the point, like a lot of NBA pros, they usually kind of hint
they
it
know.
out there.
That's
so,
why y'all don't believe Shaq's when he said Kobe coming back. I'm just
Right.
saying.
So yeah, he been hitting that Kyrie and Jimmy Butler gonna end up in New York.
Now, Nick, pull up the Lakers.
I'm not trying to see Kobe, man. I'm good.
So,
man.
because here's what I understand, Pam.
Why y'all hating?
Kobe can't start.
It's over.
He
What
What
can,
do you mean he
but
can't? He's Kobe
because then
Bryant.
you
He
have
can
to
do whatever he
seat
wanna
one
do.
of those young kids, and that's gonna fuck their mental thing
yeah,
up.
listen, man. The Lakers got a squad, man. They just signed Michael Beasley.
That's a good pickup.
They still got Contavious Caldwell Pope.
They trying to get out that contract with your boy from Duke.
I think they're gonna stretch it though. They still got Gary Payton's sons on the.
Oh, he's on
roster.
there?
Yeah.
He's on there?
Good
Gary
for him.
Payton, yeah,
Oh,
the
I
second.
didn't know that. Oh, that's
for him.
dope.
Lance Stevenson. I like the kid from Kansas. I don't know how to say his name. Siva. I can't pronounce his last name. But the shooting guard, he played in the summer
rookie.
league. The white boy.
Yeah,
he
everybody
was
loved
killing.
him.
Yeah, he was killing. You know, he actually went to college when he was like 16.
Oh, I didn't
He was
know.
on that. Yeah, he was on that team when he was 16. He been balling for a minute.
Yeah, everybody like him.
And you know what I
Yeah,
like
phone
though.
We
You
do?
heard this kid, Isaac. How do you say his last name? Bonga. 6'10" point guard.
He with the Lakers?
Yeah, he a 6'10" point guard. He nasty too.
Really?
Yeah.
Caller, what's your name and where you calling from?
What's up, y'all? It's Adam.
Hey,
Oh,
what's up,
Adam?
Adam? What you doing, dog?
What's up, y'all?
Hey.
I was just listening to. I don't think the Lakers have a good squad, man. I don't. I do not think they have a good squad. They
Okay,
got
do they have enough?
all
Do they
the
have a good
players.
squad to get to the playoffs?
Yes.
Yeah, of course. I mean, that's a given. Even with Brian being on the team, that's a given. But when you don't have players that he strives with, that he thrives with. I mean, you don't have that. Like he needs to have shooters.
Now,
And they don't really have shooters.
Do the Lakers have the Brook twin? Is he still there or he's gone? He's gone now.
Yeah, they didn't re-sign him.
So McGee probably start there.
Definitely McGee or what's the
McGee is gonna start.
What's the other kid they picked? They still got Zubac. Is that how he says his name?
Yeah.
The kid they drafted last year, and Mo Wagner that played at Michigan.
It's gonna be McGee at center, Kuzma at the 4, Bron at the 3, Ingram at the 2, and then Rondo because Ball is hurt.
He's hurt. So, but if Kobe comes back, then what?
Shoot him.
I don't think that's a good look.
Yeah.
Now you Cleveland, how you feel about your boys?
I feel like I'm happy.
Impossible.
I mean, when you say LeBron, right? So you gonna get to the championship.
Okay.
If you win the East and you got LeBron, every year you gonna get to the championship.
All right.
But last year he didn't make any players better.
What?
We had a talented squad. He didn't make nobody better on our
You had
on our
LeBron.
Who
nigga.
was
That's who
talented on the Cavaliers?
So you don't think Larry Nance is a dog?
No, that's why he got
No.
traded to the Cavaliers.
Yeah.
You crazy? Larry Nance is a dog.
Well, we're gonna find out. Now, let me ask you this: does the Cavaliers make the playoffs?
No,
I think we make the AC.
impossible.
8 seed.
They just gave Kevin Love $120 million.
They had to. You got a
That's
fan
the-
base.
They had
had
to
to do
pay
that.
That's bad business.
No, you had to do that.
That's bad
You
business.
can't hold the money.
Who was
You
a
gotta
fan of Kevin Love?
Doesn't matter. You can't trade him.
Sign him for 1 year. I would have gave him $40 million 1 year.
So he's automatically gonna go back to the game that he played in Minnesota.
Impossible.
Which is
So he wasn't a dog in Minnesota.
No. Inflated stats.
He was all right.
No,
Yeah,
he was a dog.
Inflated
I think it was
stats.
all right.
Name another player on the team.
He averaged a double.
Name another player. Name another player that played on the Minnesota team. when
Let's
Kevin
do
Love
this,
played.
Nick. Pull up who the 8 teams that made the playoff from the West and the 8 teams that made the playoff from the East. And Adam, we're gonna look at the East, and you got to tell me who to drop out. I mean, who gonna? Because there's gonna be Washington gonna be better.
Mm-hmm.
Who else in the East is nice?
The Bucks.
Bucks gonna
But
be
we
a lot.
we don't even know who you got. I
Philly.
mean, Boston is the top seed.
Philly.
And then you got Philly,
Philly,
Yeah, Philly.
Washington,
Milwaukee.
Nick is saying the Knicks.
All right, so let's see.
Oh,
Oh,
the
yeah.
Knicks for 19.
No, they might. They
Well,
gonna be
we
better.
start
Than
in October, November.
they gonna be better than the Cavs.
I'm at the
So we had. Let's see who we had in the East last year.
I can't see it.
Oh, I wasn't.
Oh, it's
putting
not
it
up
up
yet.
the screen. I got you.
I'll
there.
put it up, nigga. Just see you do it. So Adam, I don't think Cleveland makes the
Change
playoffs.
this
I
up.
really don't because I think
Johnson, go.
I think LeBron made everybody who they were. Now he's not there. They're gonna go back to exactly who they weren't before that. So who's in the AFC?
This was the top 10 teams last year.
No, only 8 go to the playoffs.
I know. I'm just.
Watch
We
it.
only
That's why I
see
said
8.
that.
So
So,
Miami, who's 8?
so the
Miami
AFC was
ain't
the
going
Wizards
to
last year.
Is the Wizards. So the Wizards got a little bit better.
They got Dwight Howard.
They got Dwight.
And John Wall's coming back.
The ball's coming back.
Dwight Howard is garbage.
No, I'm not saying that's the reason.
Dwight Howard's
I hate
he's
him.
a Hall of Famer. So,
So?
let's calm down.
He's horrible.
So
He do shit for the Lakers.
So, and who was number 9? Who did make the playoffs? Who did not make the playoffs?
The Pistons
The Knicks,
So you know the Pistons gonna be better.
and the Hornets,
Hornets.
Detroit.
and I think Chicago's gonna be better. They had a good draft this year. I think the Nets are gonna be better.
That's a stretch, Nick.
That Chicago gonna be better.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
Chicago's
that's
gonna be
a
better.
stretch.
Well, the Bucks for sure.
The Bucks is definitely going.
And you know,
I think the Heat's
what's
gonna be
his name?
better.
I don't even know how to say his name. Andre DeCupo. He gonna be the.
Yeah,
He gonna be the best player in the East.
Indiana gonna be better.
Toronto.
Oh yeah. Indiana.
So y'all might take this L.
You guys are out the playoffs for sure.
Yeah, you out of the playoffs though.
The
Well, I
Knicks are
know
gonna
we
be
taking
better.
L last week when Tristan punched.
I wish I saw a video of that
I
shit.
know, right?
Yeah, I'm surprised that there's no video of that.
Nick, show the West. Show the West top 18. All right, Adam. Thank you for the phone call, bro.
All right,
I'll hit you
man.
later.
right.
So what I want to look at now, we're gonna look in the West, Pam, because the Lakers didn't make the playoffs. So we got to take off a team out of the West.
Okay.
So the last team to make the playoff was who?
I can't say. Oh, God,
Nick.
so blurry.
Who was 8 seed?
Let's see. AFC was the Timberwolves.
Oh.
So you got the Nuggets. I was right outside the playoffs in the West. You have the Nuggets, the Clippers, the Lakers.
Clippers is out.
I think the Clippers are definitely out.
The
The
Nuggets
Lakers
will move up.
The Nuggets will be in the playoffs. Lakers will be in the playoffs, and I
Y'all
think,
think
So
the
who you gonna take
Timberwolves
out?
will be?
the Timberwolves.
Yeah,
I don't
Timberwolves
think
gotta
Timberwolves.
go.
I think the Pelicans are not making the playoffs either.
Shit.
No,
They're gonna make the playoffs.
they lost Rondo.
Oh
Yeah, they lost Rondo. They lost Boogie Cousins. They got Julius Randle, but I don't think that's going to be a good match. So they didn't really get any
As
better.
much as I hate Julius Randle, he do get buckets, but he's absolutely horrible.
Yeah,
'cause
he's the worst.
He throws the ball up and then he go to get that rebound because the bullshit he threw up was the bullshit. But he do get buckets.
Yeah, he's the worst though.
He gets you buckets. It's the worst in his left hand. So who we taking out the West to put the Lakers in?
I'm
Damn.
taking out the Timberwolves.
Me too.
So now you're an 8 seed.
No, we're not
No,
gonna be no
they
8
ain't,
seed.
no.
We're gonna creep to about that 4 or 5 seed.
No fucking way.
Easy.
You're not gonna be better than
The
San Antonio.
Why not? They lost Kawhi Leonard.
You're not gonna be. But the coach. But come on, you're not gonna be better than San Antonio. No way.
All right,
You're not gonna be better.
they're
Than
gonna be better, definitely better than the Pelicans. We're gonna be better than the Nuggets. Better than the Thunder, for sure.
No.
And better than Portland. Damian Lillard don't even want to be in Portland no more.
All right. So we're gonna move you up.
And the Rockets gonna come down the slot.
All right. So we move the Lakers to what? The 6th seed.
I'm gonna say 5th seed.
5th seed. So you would match up against who in the first round?
I'm gonna say they're gonna get 51. They're gonna get 51.
So the 5th seed you would go against would have been Portland.
Right. Yeah, that's an easy win. Portland should have signed Boogie Cousins. That's what I thought they should have did over the all season. They should have signed Boogie.
All right, Laker fans.
They would have had a good team. I ain't no Laker fan, by the way. But.
Well, I am a LeBron fan.
Oh, you're a Laker fan now?
I do have box seats.
You don't. Jamie do.
Damn, nobody know that because we'll be in there like it's me.
Hilarious.
He can't go to every game. And he starts shooting a movie. He got this movie.
Which one?
The
one with Oh Boy?
Well, the one with Michael B. Jordan, they start shooting, I think, the end of August, the beginning of September.
Oh, that's soon.
For 30 days. And then in October, he's gone to do his other movie. So the seats are going to be there. I'm sorry, the booth, the thing going to be there. So I'm going to get with your boy if you want to sit up there and watch the Lakers play.
Hilarious.
You want to come here?
I'm coming.
That's horrible.
I'm there.
Watch this. No, Dominic, would you like to go to the game?
Hey man, I know Fox too, so I ain't even tripping. Yeah.
But you got to get through me, homie.
Not really.
You gonna say, ask your dad?
I'm like, yo, Unc, what up, baby? Need some tickets, son.
Hilarious.
Need them booth seats, bruh. Shout out to I just think I think it's a good thing the Lakers are gonna be a little better. I think the Knicks have to get better.
I can't believe you're saying this.
I think it'll just be good for the sport.
I came around, Pam.
Wow.
Were the Knicks good when you were growing up?
Yes.
Yeah, see, didn't that change?
Patrick Ewing and all
Patrick
that?
Ewing.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Oh, I was thinking like Walt Frazier.
Oh,
they were good then, too.
Yeah, I was thinking
they were
Walt
still
Frazier.
good then, but when Ewing was there, their problem was they couldn't get past Chicago. And the one time they would have got past Chicago, Patrick Ewing does the finger roll instead of dunking the ball. If he dunks it, they go up, I think, by 4 points or 5. He missed the layup. They go down. They score. They win their fucking. But, yeah, you want to see the Knicks, right?
Yeah, I just want to see New York actually have a good basketball team for once.
I really wish Mark Jackson was the coach.
That would be nice. If I
Go
told
back
you,
to your hometown.
yeah, they ain't really rocking with Mark like that. So
that's sad.
Yeah, I know.
Shout out to Mark Jackson. Really good friend, man. He's really, really good dude.
Yeah, and shout out to his daughter, too. I ran into her a couple weeks ago. So
Is the son still playing ball?
Shout out to Heaven. Nah, little Mark's actually doing music.
Okay, what about the other son?
He's a songwriter.
Because he was in a tournament with Brooke. He
Mike,
got tall.
I think Micah's still playing basketball, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
I think Christian is either doing baseball or he's doing music as well.
Okay. They had a debate the other day about, New York City and is New York players better than other players from other parts of the country?
I think New York has the best ball handlers and the best showmen to play basketball. Like even Michael Jordan's from New York, so that kind of tells you.
I think if someone asked me, I would say, if you played ball in New York, you got a thing about wanting to win and you want it, because when you go to New York to play, everybody in that court want it. Ain't nobody out there, hey, I'm just going to play a little bit, then I'm going to go over there and jump on the swings. It ain't like that. Niggas is, man, we trying to win because it's a reason why we trying to win. L.A. is a little bit more laid back. Okay, we play ball. I can play softball. I can play baseball. Oh, yeah, I don't want to play. I'm going to do soccer.
Right.
And I think I would rather have kids to be more competitive than just, hey, it's just a sport. It is just a sport. It ain't more than that. But I want you to go out there to win. Get it, Pam?
I do get it.
So if you ever get a grand, well, you ain't got no grandkid.
No what? Oh
Nothing.
wow.
Well, you have a daughter, kind of.
I have a son.
Sean's daughter.
Oh, I thought you talking about my dog.
No, I'm talking about. Sorry, Sean. She threw your daughter to the curb. Why your voice so high?
So I was looking at what city in America produces the most athletes.
And
it looks like
it got to be one of them corn-fed cities.
It looks like, is this Hampton, Virginia? It looks like Hampton, Virginia, the Virginia area. So we got Alonzo Mourning, Allen Iverson, what was it? David Wright played for the Mets. Who else is on
Virginia.
there?
Wow.
Yeah, Ace Parker, D'Angelo Hall. Who else is on here?
In that small city.
In that small city, they got sheesh. And next is Miami. Miami has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Sheesh. 23 professional athletes coming out of the city.
Of Miami.
Right.
That's dope as hell. All right, so we got to do this thing. Once again, Pam, give your information. I like saying this. Give your information.
You can reach me at Nikki Pam on everything.
But
and
the
again,
big
go
show.
to Eventbrite to reserve your tickets now. It's free. Speedy, Kente hosting. We add. Is Marcus Houston?
I told him to come through.
Yeah, I think he might do some little something. Marcus Houston, but then we got Sky and we got Blue, and it's gonna be a good show. I think it's gonna be a comedy special like you've never seen before. I will say that.
And you would want to be a part of that. You would want to say, I was there to witness. It's something about witnessing something that makes you go, damn, I remember that. And you can lock that in. We're going to be doing a lot of red carpet stuff after the show, getting people's opinions. We want, if you didn't like the show, say it. Speedy wasn't shit. I'm going to still put it on there. Again, I want it to be that event. And
it will be.
That's why it's going to be free. Especially for the fans, these people who backed us when, we come in. We got our own problems. We have our own situations. We throw it, leave it at the door. We come in here.
And those who donate, thank you so much.
Thank you so much, man. So because you didn't have to do
it
that.
It helps. It really does. Is that where Ray's from? No, Ray's from Virginia.
Yeah, he is. Ray's from Virginia, right?
Yeah, from Virginia, yeah.
Maybe the same place you were talking about.
I don't know.
Speedy is funny on everything. That's Speedy IZ funny on everything. Comedian Speedy on Facebook.
I swear, we ain't shit, none of us.
Like, I'm going to know where Ray from.
Gayville?
Yeah, I know.
Gayville.
I was going to say something along those lines, too. Like, Sugartown?
Shit.
Honey Sweetville? I don't know.
Yeah,
somewhere they drink sweet tea, maybe?
Oh, my gosh.
Is that a slippery slope, sweet tea?
Could be. Any place that got a him club. Who you here with? Him and
I went
him?
to Popeyes and the lady asked me if I wanted sweet tea, and I was like,
I'm good.
No, your Mountain Dew is a slippery slope more than the sweet tea.
No, the slippery slope is any dude with a glass with sugar around the rim.
100%.
Oh, yeah. Wherever we go, you guys always be like, no sugar around the rim. I'm like, why?
Put no sugar around my rim. See how that sound?
Hilarious.
Make it on the corner of your mouth.
And you got to go in there.
Exactly.
Hey, nigga, fuck you.
Hilarious.
You got to get to that corner.
Hilarious.
Anyway, y'all been fucking great. Tomorrow is Freaky Friday. That's the late show.
Where'd that come from? That's you?
That's him.
Hey.
Must have
superpowers.
Freaky Friday tomorrow, y'all. We out.
5,000 hours.
Get a calculator, do the math. I made a